Will,
Hey,
what happened last time on Ebon Ward?
last time on Ebon Ward, you guys went into a dungeon and it kind of destroyed itself. This time on Ebon Ward, genuinely, there's nothing else to talk about. You walked in and the dungeon exploded.
Yeah, in a lot of ways.
All right, if you want a real descriptor of what all happened, you guys came marching in to the residential area and you dealt with a few of the revenants there. You then made your way into the hallway of revenants, which then some of the actual like soldiers could see you, some of them couldn't. And the ones who couldn't decided to open all of the doors, releasing all of the revenants, but they were failed experiments, so none of them could detect you. So it was only a hindrance to the Veritas Legion, which then they turned on a microwave, which killed everyone in the hallway. But you left, thankfully. However, then you went down south and were like, I think we're safe here. But the Wolf Hydra that you had shut the door on earlier and covered itself in acid, took a roundabout path that then broke the barricade keeping the Stagira out. You guys killed the Wolf Hydra, but the Stagira came in. Two big Revenant soldiers that are similar to Creed, but not the same, came out. They both didn't see you, so they started fighting the Stagira. You guys ran through and ignored an entire boss encounter, because they're now dealing with a different encounter, and ran into Dessa's experimentation chamber, where these strange amalgamations of multiple souls crunched into one. Half of them spotted you, half of them didn't. May's in a bit of quick thinking of like, don't want to risk them touching the lever because they had making a beeline for it, threw acid on it, and luck was horrible, and only the two chambers containing the melting points were opened. So, we need to roll. We're not going to roll initiative yet, because we need to see if the melting points see you.
And can you refresh my memory? The guys with green dots are the ones that can see us, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Actually, that's a question. Would you prefer them to be, if they have the green marker, are the ones that can't see you?
That can, because that's how it is.
Let's just, let's just keep it how
it as
is.
it is right now.
Okay.
Yeah, they can see us.
Yeah.
All right. The save is 20, correct?
The save is...
Because it's been bumped up too, because it's third level spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So, for the top right melting point. Okay.
Okay.
Sees. And then the bottom
Okay.
left with
This is
the
this is the real important one.
Hey!
Okay, I'll take it. Also, vindication. Exactly one can see us, as I predicted.
Yep. Right then. So, what happens then is, Maze, you can see this green gas starting to pour out of the hole next to you. And it's, even though it like licks up against various pieces of material, nothing happens to them. But even for just a moment as it like glances up to you, you can actually feel some of the skin on you starting to boil, but not fully melt. Dia and Marjorie are having a fucking bad time.
What the? Ah! Shit! Fuck! Why?
No. So, now we will roll initiative. That's not my initiative thing. Where the hell is my initiative? There it is. All right. Let's see how the melting points do. Okay.
That's pretty good.
That's
pretty
huge,
good.
actually. That's not great.
Hey, I'm still ahead of the melting point. I just wanna give voice to something that I have felt for a long time, which is that initiative is the one kind of roll in this campaign that I almost always roll terribly on.
Despite having the
I have a
biggest
plus
number
7,
of all of
and
us.
I'm never early.
I mean, there are some benefits to being later in the initiative, because you can kind of like assess the situation and see what needs to be done.
But if you're early and you want to go late, you can always just delay anyway. It's strictly better to be early.
Kicks rock, okay. All right, Maze, you are first.
DM destroyed with facts and logic.
And logic, yeah.
Alright, cool. You guys want help getting out of the hole, or?
I could probably help them with the hole.
I think I can find a way out of the hole. It'll be okay.
Okay.
I have polymorphs, I have spells, I have bullshit.
Those two might be, other than me, they might be the best equipped to get out of holes. I think Red Path's the one who's like, shit, I have to use a spell for this.
I'm not. I can climb, but I'm also
Red
not
Path's
in
not
a
in a
hole.
hole, because that one didn't
Yeah.
fall.
Alright, cool.
Yes, you're good.
Well, my effectiveness is very limited at the exact moment here, because these are ghosts, and I can't sneak attack them yet.
Did you ever, pick up any, like, oils of ghost touch or whatever?
I did, because of that fella who left us this nice ghost touch crossbow. He also left us some nice ghost touch oil, so I can do that.
Yep.
But I think it would still be advisable for me to put a little bit of distance between me and that guy before I do so.
Yeah, that is fair.
And because they haven't acted yet, the Amassed cannot take an attack of opportunity, so you're able to scurry on past no problem.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, Maze whips over here. Sorry, that went about as bad as it could have.
If I die, I'm gonna kill you.
Reasonable. And we're going to apply some ghost touch oil, and that's all I can really do.
Okay. The Amassed. The two of them are, these ones are just gonna like, the ones that can't see you are just gonna kind of
Vaguely amble.
just amble.
I don't know what you guys are so worked up about.
Yep, that's all they're gonna do. Let's see here. Maze, the one that you ran past first, is just gonna walk up and he's gonna try and give you a little touch.
Mm-hmm. You can't touch me like that.
Okay, so he reaches out for you as like multiple hands, and then you see that the hands actually like splinter into more, and you just quickly move out of the way. That's all he's gonna be able to do. You know what? They're not bright. I think this one actually just continues and is going to reach for the levers and just like like keep pulling one over and over, and yeah, that's all he does. Nash.
Next.
How
Push
deep
your talk.
are Elsa, if you're talking, we can't hear you. How deep are these pits?
They are about 10 feet deep.
Okay, that's not
Yeah,
that
not
bad.
bad.
They're not crazy.
Yeah,
deep.
you guys think you can get out of the hole without some Nash assistance?
I think so. I'm not sure exactly what Marjorie has, but given that she's got the powers that she has, I'd be surprised if she didn't have a way to help herself climb something. And I think I can manage it just honestly, even without shapeshifting, just with like haste and an acrobatics check. I bet I could hop out of here.
Hop.
Hop, get some hop.
Yeah, get
Yeah,
a little bit,
alright.
little bit of hop going.
Yeah, and the green dots are the ones that can see us, right?
Yeah,
Correct.
though, worth noting, these guys are invisible.
Keep in mind, green
yeah.
means seen. So,
Yes.
Yeah. So they are invisible. That's not awesome.
The amassed are invisible. The melting points aren't,
Yeah, the
right?
melting
Correct.
points are
Yeah.
invisible.
Okay.
thank you for that reminder. Yes, the Amassed are invisible. So, right now, Maze is the only one that can actually see the Amassed bumbling
Which makes it
about.
doubly funny because to the rest of us, it looks like Maze just for no reason ran across the room, melted a bunch of levers, and opened us into these pits.
I have true seeing on.
Oh, that's
true.
right.
Yeah. Okay. Red Path.
Red Path, you can also see the Amassed.
All right. What the fuck do I do? I mean, it's funny if I jump in the hole, but is that really a good idea?
I will tell you right now, that is not a good idea.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea.
Based on what I'm planning on doing.
As a barbarian. As
I
a
mean, you
barbarian,
are
what the
built
fuck I
different.
do?
It's true.
I mean, Nash, if you are feeling so bold, there are a bunch of invisible ghosts, one of which is right next to me. And I don't think they have quite enough dexterity to dodge a battle axe. Or a falchion, or whatever you feel like hitting them with.
Great sword, thank you very much.
Okay, fine. You're a great sword. You're a wonderful sword. That's really what we need to concern ourselves with right now.
Oh, stop.
You're
it. You keep
used to
going.
profession. Okay, I can try to help out here. I don't think I know enough information to get into flanking, but I can help out.
Yeah. So let's see here. We'll do the attack, and then because they are technically fully concealed for you, we'll have to do the 50-50 shot. So that'll definitely hit. Let's see here, and then if you want, let's do the D100. Zero roll D, not 200. Nope, not 1,000.
D1000.
D1 billion?
51 up hits. Does that sound good?
Yeah, high is good.
Right. High is good.
High is good.
I good.
That hits. Give me damage. Very nice. Very, very nice.
It gets chumped because it's not ghost touch, but damage is damage.
Damage is damage.
Any damage is any damage.
The sword goes through, and it's interesting because as it passes through Nash, you don't have a visual, but the moment you make impact, it flashes into existence for a moment for you, howls, and then vanishes again.
Oh.
So, yeah, perfect. Marjorie. Marjorie looks at you and is like coughing, and you can see like hair is starting to fall out. She like reaches out to you.
Do you need a hand out of here?
No, I will be fine. Do you?
If you're offering, I won't turn it down.
She is going to grab you and just throw you over the lip. She doesn't need a strength check just because with her base strength and all that jazz, and the height of it. And then she will use her move action to get out. She will still take a little bit of acid damage.
Yeah, do I also take some acid damage?
I'm going to say no because it hasn't gotten to you yet, and she just throws you out.
Okay.
Let's see here. Her fort save to resist. Okay, so she will take half of the just being near it damage. Okay, that's not bad. She is injured currently. She comes out. Dia, I can't fight any of these things. Everything I do is kind of hand-to-hand combat. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's okay. That's okay. I think I can simplify things just a little bit. I don't technically need to move here, but whatever. Dia's going to go ahead and I'm gonna cast Wall of Force and just make a wall that exactly replaces the glass that was there. Just seal the top of this thing.
Amazing. That's a big spell to burn, but I think it's a good one to burn. So let's see here. You know what I'll do?
Put him back.
Boop.
Yep.
There you go. And then actually what I'll do is I will send him to back. Oh, cool. He doesn't go back. Anyways. Yeah, no. So
Is the
is
the thing on the map layer? Because the map can never be above a token.
No, I made a token layer.
Okay. Well, in that case, I don't know.
Yeah. Thanks, Roll20. So, this next turn is really easy. This melting point floats up, boom, and nothing happens. It cannot break through. Then this melting point over here, all he's gonna do is he's just gonna float up and kind of examine the environment. He does not get close enough to Nash. He's just kind of surveying the premises. Amazing. Red path.
He is very like nervously looking around like, okay, what's the plan here? What are we doing?
Just so that we know, Will, when this thing rises up and kind of, its cloud of fuck starts moving around, is that like corroding and disintegrating stuff in the lab, or do the objects around here seem to have been built to not be damaged by this?
So the thing you remember a melting point is that it only melts organic flesh.
Oh yeah, right. Okay.
It doesn't interact with anything. But yeah. The gas kind of rolls over. Oh, actually, important note. Because it ends its turn there. No, he fails. So that amassed.
Friendly fire, lol.
This is the friendly fire dungeon. It's only appropriate.
Or, you know, actually, technically, they're not flesh. They're just ghosts.
Yeah.
So, nope. Nothing happens over there, sadly. But yeah, Red Path.
Yeah, he looks around nervously like, what are we doing here? Because he doesn't know if we're supposed to be killing all of these or if we just want to try and sneak away.
I don't know if that one can see us. Also, there are invisible ghosts. Maze, yes? Question mark?
Yes, there
Yes.
are.
Yes.
He points
Oh,
them
yeah,
out.
you too. Okay.
That corner there and over there by Maze. Okay.
And they are clearly malicious, so I think busting some ghosts is in order.
Okay. Alright. Let me see. Where is my...
It's not my turn.
I'm going to... Okay, so busting ghosts, does that mean all of them? Or just the ones that are mad?
The ones that are like any meaning to us, like presumably because like just aggroing the other ones for no reason sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah, because if they get hit once, to my understanding, hide from undead instantly breaks.
Yes, correct.
So if you can only fight 3 instead of 6 ghosts, probably the best
That's
course of
cool.
action.
Okay, do I want to... Yeah, okay, I will step right here, and then I will channel Vigor on this guy, and this guy. Do we need to go after the guy in there?
Unclear.
Unclear.
Well, Wall of Force lasts for a round per level, so we have quite a while, but not as, not forever, unless we can fix the controls enough to reseal that one.
I will get him anyway, just in case.
I think you probably might as well, because he's already pissed at us. There's no reason to avoid damaging him.
Yeah, okay.
We don't need to be his friend.
No.
Cool. All right, let me roll some will saves. So this is for the melting point.
Yeah.
Okay. And then for our amassed, he will fail.
No.
And then our other amassed. Yep, but still, that's still good damage. Because they are not resistant to that at all. Let's see here. So you are going to take Big Strong Brain. Boop, boop. You will get harmed very significantly. And then you take this. Lovely. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I stepped over here. I did that. I don't believe I can cast anything else. Nope.
Okay. Maze.
Cool. Alright. Alright. Let's try and dice this guy, I reckon. Alright. So I will... Yeah, we'll circle this mongoose, I reckon.
Oh.
Alright, so we're gonna take a step. We have to make a tumble check to see if he's allowed to make an attack of opportunity against me. That probably beats his CMD.
Yes, it does. Yep, these are not. You've noticed they're not very quick because they're like dragging themselves around.
I reckon. That's super lousy.
Let's see here. No, unfortunately, 17 is just a smidge too low.
That's fine, because I still get to make an additional step. You can put me in flanking position. I can make my second strike. God, man. It's the same number.
Yeah, it's 17.
Hey, you got +2 from flanking to make it exactly the same number.
That's right.
That's right.
Well, that's
I'm
life.
sorry.
This thing doesn't even dodge. There's no excuse for how I wasn't able to hit it.
But luckily Nash can't see it, and Nash is like, oh,
Nash is like, oh man,
creature."
it must be dodge, duck, dip, dive, and...
Let's see here. The amassed. Okay, because you're swinging at it, no, Nash hit it and did a lot of damage.
Hit it despite not being able to see it and not having a Ghostbane weapon.
All right, Nash, let me know if this hits your touch. I would presume.
I'm going to wager it does. I will check just in case I haven't.
My touch isn't 20, it hit you.
Yeah, it hit me. Sorry, I don't remember the Pathfinder numbers sometimes.
26 damage.
Ow!
And then the one over by the controls, it got blasted pretty good by Red Path. And you watch Red Path as all its eyes lock onto you, and it shrieks. Can I have you make... Which one does he want to do? Give me a fortitude save.
You know, what's really funny is last turn I was thinking about using Channel Vigor to increase my fortitude save, so now I know what I'm doing next turn. Hey!
It seems like that guy's got a lot of different things other than just fortitude. I think he can do whatever he wants.
I was doing that mostly for the melting points, because, you know, Flash.
Oh yeah, fair. Fair.
You notice that one of the eyes in particular, one of the bodies in particular that's latched, starts to glow red as it screams. Everyone that can see Red Path notices that he is outlined in red until suddenly he ignites in a ghostly flame, but is able to resist it. So you can take half of this damage. Beep boop. Yes, that is the one.
It's like the Blackthorn eye lasers.
So you will take Big Strong Brain Go.
For 14.
Like, we'll do 14. And you are not under the effects of fairy fire.
Ah, cool.
So, other ghosts, other unmasked, they bumble. They see that a melting point has gotten out, and they just kind of stay away. Nash.
The fuck am I doing, dude? Just swinging around a shitty weapon? Not a shitty weapon, a weapon that cannot hit ghosts.
I thought you said a shitting weapon.
How dare you!
A +2 shitting weapon.
That's my shitting weapon, man.
I mean, I don't think you have anything better to do than swing at the ghost you can't hit.
Explain yourself, I'm shitty.
Yeah,
I mean, unless you want to go hit the melting point.
Well, he doesn't detect you guys yet, so if he gets bonked, he's gonna suddenly react.
I mean, I have a stupid idea, but one, it's stupid. Two, I don't even think it's the time to do that yet because we've still got these guys to take care of before we can try and reseal the melting points.
What are you thinking?
So, yeah, I guess I just have to swing my weapon at the 50% miss chance.
Now hold on, remember, I like stupid ideas sometimes. What are you cooking?
Throw a rust ball back into the pen so he go back in.
Oh.
Because it can't detect us, but that stupid boar don't got hide from undead on it or whatever I summon. I'm just assuming it'll be a boar again, even though it isn't.
That's actually an amazing idea. I think we might want to wait until we've killed these guys and
yeah, that's what I'm thinking, right? Is that we are not ready to tamper with the controls yet, so I just have to
I know it
do
doesn't
it again.
feel great. If it were me, I would just take the 50% shots because you're probably gonna roll high enough to hit, so you'll still have a 50% shot.
You have a better shot of being more effective than I was last turn.
Oh my god, you're so right. Alright, I guess I'm just hitting.
Yep, that will hit, but let's roll that D100. We'll do the classic of over 50 is good. Nope, unfortunately. First swing goes a little wide. That will definitely hit as well. Let's roll that again. Over 50 is good. Yes, absolutely. Let's see that damage.
And here's the third.
Oh, that's right!
I get 3 because of my cool, awesome level. Nah,
unfortunately, yeah.
one.
But the second hit does hit.
We love iterative attacks in this house.
We love iterative attacks.
Amazing. Okay. Yeah, and with that, because of the threshold it is hit, it is just flickering. So now it is a visible creature. So what I will do is I will do purple means it's visible. So because it's like it's still like blinking in and out, but it's enough that you could like gauge what it is. You know, like where that strobe light effect, that's what it's doing.
Instead of the 50%, it may be a 25%.
Perfect. Marjorie. Man, not a lot she can do right now.
Do her, when she does her, like, finger fuckery kind of stuff, does that count as a magic weapon? Because if so, she could do half damage to these things. If not, she literally can't do anything to them.
She literally can't do anything, unfortunately.
Maze, could you put, like, ghost touch oil on your hands? Would that work?
Hang on, chat pointed out something interesting. If it was visible after hit 2, would the third one not have the 50-50?
Oh, you know,
normally that's true. Normally
Chat?
there's no reason to stop and roll damage midway, but I guess there is now.
You know what? That's a fair point. Nash, roll me damage. My apologies. I did not.
Chat!
Wow, chat, you fucking
Chat.
you fucking solved that Professor Layton logic puzzle.
Oh my god.
Oh!
The
Thank you,
same number.
chat. Love you, chat.
Well
You're
done.
so right, chat.
Okay. And because of that, now it is fully visible. It doesn't blink anymore, because with the roll that you did, yeah, it then goes to like down to a 20, and you roll 38. So yeah, he is fully visible now.
Yay.
And we'll do yellow. And to put in perspective, he looks fucked up.
Oh.
You can see like multiple arms frantically trying to hold parts of it together. Now you can actually hear them, and it sounds like a variety of ages screaming out to protect family. It's not great.
Yo, Pinwheel!
Yeah, Marjorie even like, oh god. And
Marjorie can't defeat Pinwheel in Dark Souls.
That's her, the fuck is it called? Her ceiling? What the fuck is it called in Dark Souls?
I don't remember.
When you meet your wall? I don't know. I don't go here.
Let's see here. I guess that's what Marjorie could try.
Skill check, there you go.
Marjorie is going to... Oh, no, she's not dumb enough to do that.
Hey, do
I think
you
Marjorie
want,
just hangs.
do you
Yeah.
want some ghost touch oil? I have more.
I mean, I'll certainly try it. There is a nice force layer here, so she's going to run about and come up to you and extend her hands like pour, I guess.
Hey, can you sunscreen my back?
Ew.
Yeah, sure. Give her some.
Yeah, she just looks at her hands. Ugh, disgusting, but it's worth trying. All right, that's really all she can do. Dia.
Okay. Well, if it's fully visible, technically my natural attacks are magic because of my amulet, so I could just actually run and fight it. I wish I had more magic missiles prepared. I didn't know we'd be fighting more ghosts. I was a fool. Okay. You know what I can do? Hey, Maze, Red Path, could one of you kind of triangulate for me? Whereabouts is the other one?
One of them.
Or the other ones, whichever, however many.
Yeah, one of them's fiddling with the controls right now.
And one of them, is directly behind you in the pit.
Yes. Well, that one I can see. Dia is going to go ahead and chuck a glitter dust in this area. Just up here. I don't want to antagonize this melting point, but she'll throw it at the controls, and it's a 10-foot by 10-foot square.
Sure.
So if this thing's susceptible to blind, it would have to make a will save, but either way, it will be outlined and super visible.
It's got a lot of theoretical eyes.
Okay, so there's a
Okay, yeah,
skill
he
save.
can see just fine.
Okay, but he is fully visible. So we will mark him with back hurty. You can see him.
The Christmas lights stapled to his back, and I think Dia's just gonna back up away from as far from this one as possible.
Okay.
Press herself up against the wall, and that's my turn.
Melting points. You notice as you run over the force, while this thing like moves up closer, but nothing happens. That's just how it do. The one over here, I'm just gonna roll a d8 to determine where it
there was
wanders.
some pretty dust over there if it's entranced by little shinies, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll a d8 and see where he wanders. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, he's just gonna. Wow, that's very fortunate. His range doesn't hit anyone. He's still just out of it.
Helpful.
And you notice that he's kind of examining the doors, like testing it to see if it's like passable. Red path.
Yeah, dude. I'm running out of channels, but
I don't think you need to spend any more right now.
Yeah,
to be
no, there's
honest.
like 2 ghost touch oils in play. Like, I think you can just hang tight. I think we can just punch the ghost to death.
Okay, if that's the case, I'm just gonna slap Channel Vigor on myself, just in case someone decides to get a little bit sneaky. Do I want to move up anywhere? I will go right. No, you know what? No, I'll stay here. I'll stay here, but I will cast Channel Vigor on myself and slap that onto +6 competence on Fortitude and Concentration. Oy.
All right. Perfect. Maze.
I got a crazy idea. Let's hit the ghost.
All right. All right.
Oh, all
All
right.
right.
You're getting spicy.
No.
That's
No.
crazy.
With,
no.
Well, it
with
could be
the
20.
flank. With
20?
the flank, that hits.
Okay.
With the 19, that hits.
Doing my very
Oh, shit.
best.
These aren't like highly defensible creatures.
Alright. Damage. 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 And it's in full, so this is super overkill.
Yeah, no, this thing is done so. Just shoo, shoo, real quick swings, and it perishes with a very loud scream. And then it just kind of glitters away.
I would imagine it dies either way, but is it... I can't keep my D&D system straight. Is Pathfinder, is it the case that you can't sneak attack incorporeal undead?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, the only things that you can't sneak attack are incorporeal stuff and elementals, I think.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's weird.
constructs, probably.
No,
but-
you can sneak attack constructs.
Oh, okay.
That's 3.5. I'm gonna take a
Nah.
5-foot step this way.
Okay. The Amassed. Yeah, it's gonna do a full round action of stairs. So let's see here. Because it watched
getting
Maze kill
stared at?
someone. Dia glittered him. Yeah. So if I can have fortitude saves from Nash, Dia, Marjorie, and Maze, as it just
And
turns its head and boom.
Alright,
Okay.
roll a number challenge possible.
Okay, that's a pass for Maze. Pass, I believe, actually. Pass barely.
Oh. We
so,
love DC 20.
so all of you can cut this in half. So we will do 12 damage for everyone. And you each ignore a different effect as different corpses glow different colors. Nash, when it looked at you, you noticed that one of its bodies turns into this kind of like purplish color, and you see its arm just suddenly twist into a 360 and snap off. And you feel your arm's about to do the same, but you're able to power through it. Maze, you saw one turn blue, and you suddenly couldn't breathe, but you were able to power through it. Marjorie suddenly gets very gaunt in the face, and actually loses her footing a bit, but is able to power through it. And Dia, you once again see that bright red, and we're almost covered in that fairy fire, but you are also able to power through it. That is all it can do, though.
I don't care for this ghost.
This was, sorry, it was half damage on a successful save, right?
Yes.
Okay, so, okay.
And you also ignored the other effects, like Nash would have straight up lost the use of one of his arms. Maze has ignored the drowning condition, and yeah, and Marjorie isn't staggered.
Lovely.
Yeah,
Now I can see the thing, but the problem is getting near the melting point.
I mean, you can kind of circle around and get him from the other side of him.
No.
Oh wait, no, that's a hole.
The
Never
hole?
mind.
there's a hole.
I have a question.
You could jump the hole and get on the desk and hit him from over here.
I have a question. What exactly does Life Bubble protect from again?
Basically, extreme conditions and anything that is breathable or gaseous. But it doesn't protect, it doesn't stop elemental damage from, like, acid fog and stuff, so I imagine it has no effect on these things melting us.
Yeah, sadly.
I think Dia might just have to throw out a resist acid, and you're just gonna have to deal with that. Because we're probably going to need that anyway, because, like... Are we really just gonna leave these here? Like, we're gonna deal with them, right?
Probably, yes. Yeah, although it would be best, so we might wanna delay to let Red Path walk over here, and then, you know, we can do gather around everyone in our marker hands with a special sign. Because that melting point taking a turn only matters if it happens to walk onto us.
I could throw the rust ball in the hole now.
Yeah?
Yeah, no,
I suppose you could, if we think we can seal the melting points, but we still need access to the controls for that, and this guy is right here.
Yeah, no, honestly, I think throwing him in the hole would be fine anyway, because as he is right now, he can just sort of amble into us and become a problem.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I think to get to be over there and mess with the controls at all, we need him to stop being able to amble towards us.
Let's let the boar tank for us again.
Alright, well, it might not be a boar. I have to roll a D100 to find out what animal I throw into this hole mercilessly.
I'll tell you right now, it's probably going to look like a cow no matter what, but...
Well, we have dog icons.
I mean, I think I do have a dog icon, but that seems a little... I don't know, for some reason that's like a little more fucked up. What is it?
It's a leopard!
Yo!
Do I have any, like... what is that?
Yeah,
Where did I get that? Let's see here. Do I have... Okay, roll 20 from the web. Do you have anything that looks like a leopard? That's a helicopter.
Alright, well, that's what it is.
You know what?
Throw the cow in.
Alright, there you go.
Alright, yeah, that's our leopard.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry.
I can't even see it.
I made a mistake. Leopards are yellow.
That's right.
You're right.
So there's our leopard.
We have a very serious
Unless
campaign.
it's got melanism, then it's a jaguar.
Mm-hmm.
Jaguar.
Yeah.
Then it would be a car instead.
Yes. And it all comes full circle.
But yeah, you throw that out, and the little yarn ball just turns into a leopard. It kind of surveys its surroundings, is like, okay, in a hole, not sure what to do with this information. That's that. Marjorie. She's gonna try something. Is this gonna be within range for her? God damn the range. You know what? She's gonna take the acid damage. She doesn't give a shit. Let's see here. First, she's going to try. Yes, that will work. So, creature will take BBBB thanks to Ghost Touch. 10 damage! Look out! But that's not the important part that she wants here.
What?
Yes, that'll pass. She throws out her fingers, still attached by veins, but you see them rapidly, like, degenerating. She's like, I gotta be quick about this. And she grips onto it and uses the pull action to get it away from the controls. That's, like, really the best positioning she can do with it, but at least now it is not on the controls.
Hilarious.
Dia.
I think I'm gonna delay until after the melting point, because I would love if it went further away before I walked up and potentially did something to this guy.
All right, you want to hold your action?
Yeah, just till after him, most likely.
Okay. So, the melting point hears this leopard and also can like detect it and will immediately full action move into the same space as it, which will then use incinerate. The leopard dies instantaneously, but it is in the pit. Just instantly goes inside.
In the pit.
It's in the pit. And that's all it does. Dia.
So Redpath, Maze, how confident are you that you can maybe get one of those melted little levers working again?
I don't fix things. That's not my area of expertise.
I could take a stab at it. Yeah, okay.
Nicole,
Dia
that's
will.
it? That's all?
What?
I have make hole.
I didn't understand what you said.
Make
sorry.
hole.
Make hole.
Make hole. Okay, I thought you said I heard I have my coal. I was like, what?
Holding up a rock.
Redpath's classic coal.
I have my coal. Let me take a stab at it real quick. I can see whether it's actually immediately fixable, and if not, we can use magic. And speaking of magic, I'm gonna click my heels together and go back to Kansas. I'm gonna use the boots of haste that my party so helpfully swiped from Caden, and that'll let me go far. 5, 10.
I think the
15,
last thing Dia would want to do is go back to Kansas.
25. Yeah, no,
That's
correct.
true.
30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60, or. I'm trying to weave between these guys, but okay, yeah, I think I have just enough movement to scoodle over here with haste, plus my barbarian fast movement.
Oh.
So, just want to real quick assess how fucked are we? Is it just a matter of, the lever melted and I need to try and get it to fit again, or is the whole control panel fucked?
It was an acid
pretty-
bomb.
It was an acid bomb dropped on this, so it's like pretty fucked up. However, if you want, you could still go for an engineering check and see if you can almost move around bits and pieces, because you don't care if the other one's open, quite frankly. So you could steal parts from those and try to quickly
That's true,
throw it
actually.
together.
That's a very good point. Yeah, may I make an engineering check to start on
You
that?
may.
Okay. 1d20 plus. Why did my character sheet close? It's okay. It's gonna be 20-ish. Engineering. 15. Okay. Oh, 17 with heroism. Here we go. Engineer.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, you sit down, you're like, okay, if I take this part, this part, this part, because it's a high enough engineering check, you notice next to you, Redpath, that one of the parts that she takes, she actively makes sure that it's not one that Nash and Maze are on, but the glass suddenly disappears to the left of you.
Squeaks.
I mean, a 36 is so dramatically high that I would say that in that time frame, you are able to.
Oh. Okay. We're all good.
See, this is easy. Now the thing is if you want to get this other one.
Yeah,
locked,
she's gonna need to get that in position and then also be ready to dispel the wall of force at the same time. So I'm gonna hang out here, assuming that's gonna take me another round at least, or maybe another check to figure out how to manipulate this one.
Yes, yep. It'll take a little more time to
Okay.
ensure that one gets properly done as well.
Thumbs up.
Redpath.
Okay, that guy can still see us even though he's about to get clonked. I might as well make my way over to the team, and this is gonna take a bit more Scooby-Dooing now. I don't want to be on that.
You can just double move.
Yeah.
You're not doing a lot with your time. The situation's mostly handled.
I will literally run and hide in the most pansy cozy spot between these people.
Okay. So based on what it looks like your movement's going to be, that will run past the Amassed. That
Isn't
does
he under the thing?
No.
No, he's
okay, I'll
very
be
clearly
all-
above it.
Okay, hang on. I was right here. Let me see. I can't jump over the goo. Maybe I can.
I wouldn't reckon. I imagine that's like an obstacle.
Difficult terrain does not count for me.
I mean, I don't think this is difficult terrain. I think this is a large object that's in the way.
Fine, I'll take a slap.
It's
from
okay.
him.
Just leap gaily over the cauldron.
See, that's what I meant. But you guys doubt my abilities, so I won't. Instead, I'll risk bodily damage more directly.
Okay.
Alright, come and get me.
Here's his swing.
Nope.
Touch.
Yes.
Almost certainly. Hang on. Yeah.
Okay. 19.
Yar.
What kind of
And is
damage
that
is it when
acid?
these
No,
guys
that's not the
poke you?
It's force. It sucks.
Unblockable.
Unblockable. There we go. Maze.
Alright.
Oh, I didn't know he was there.
We're just gonna step up. We're gonna take a swing.
Yes.
You know, actually, he already provoked the only attack of opportunity I reckon this thing gets. I could get into flanking position. Eat shit.
Yeah. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure you're correct.
It might.
Even if it
Yeah,
has combat
right.
reflexes, I don't care. Alright. Damage.
Okay.
Very lousy sneak attack.
You win some, you lose some. And then minus it's still hanging in there. Even though it has the fairy fire on it, you see that it's doing that flickering thing. It kind of hurts your eyes. It's like, ah.
These ghosts were not approved for viewing by people who are epileptic.
Let's see here. Oh, Amassed. What will you do now? You're in a really bad spot. I think he's gonna try and bop you, Maze.
Sure.
You're
Good
the most
luck with
recent one to
that.
damage. Yeah, so we'll see how we do.
No.
No, I'm not even gonna humor that. He reaches out and you very swiftly spin to the side. Nash.
Yeah, walk up, hit it. Walk up, hit it. Wait. Walk up, hit it.
Yeah. See, you guys were worried about this combat.
I mean, things could have been real bad if both melting points saw us.
Yes, if both melting points saw you, this would have been hyper
Quite
bad.
different and very
And-
damaging.
And if they rolled higher on their initiative.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, true.
28 will absolutely hit.
Yeah, because it's glitter dusted, I don't need to mess
Oh,
with
yeah.
that. Alrighty dighty.
Alrighty, dighty, 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 dighty.
And with that, a big overhead swing, it perishes. They don't have an insane amount of hit points. But now that they're visible and they're getting hit with like Ghost Bane and like they crumple pretty quick. So now we're in an interesting position. Now it's kind of figuring out, you know what? We're not even going to worry about turn order at the moment. Because these ghosts are just still kind of bumbling around doing their own thing. This one's kind of inspecting the pit because it's just opened. Dia, if you wouldn't mind giving me another engineering check to just kind of like quickly see if you can remedy that force wall. Now, the thing to keep in
next
mind is,
priority is definitely that one.
Can I
with
move,
the,
please? Can
the
we
other
move,
melting
please?
point. Engineering
yeah,
again, you
you
said?
can move. Yeah, but real quick question. How did you
Yes.
place the wall of force down? Did you like place it at the floor level? Did you place it a little bit lower? A little bit
Yeah,
higher?
I would have placed it at the floor level so that it was convenient to walk over and none of us would risk like tripping when we stepped down onto it.
Okay. So if it's at the same level, that is where the glass panel comes across.
Yes. So I'm
So if you want the glass panel to work, the force wall would also need to move in some capacity. So are you feeling confident that you can time it to get it working and then deactivate your force wall to come across?
that is my intention.
It's
To
what
it.
you're gonna
That's-
have to do.
I mean, I'm good at engineering, I'm good at spellcraft.
Yeah.
I feel like I could pull it off. But you know, I might fuck it up. Who knows? And then we'll get to fight
Yeah.
a melting point. Everyone wins.
Everyone wins. So, yeah, why don't you give me another engineering check?
Okay. Yeah. First of all, let's see if I can get this back in working order.
Okay. It takes you a little bit more time than you would like. I think this is where it burns a couple rounds. But again, your wall of force lasts for an exceedingly long period of time.
10 rounds. So, and it's only been like 3 since I cast it. So as long as this doesn't burn more than about 30 seconds, I think it'll be okay.
It won't burn that much time, but it does burn a little more than you would like, and you're kind of like, come on. Yeah, okay. And then, if you wouldn't mind giving me that spellcraft check for the timing of releasing the force wall and then also activating.
Red Pat's standing there with his spoon staff at the ready, like, come on.
Stand by, everyone. Actually, Red Path, Marjorie, would you like to come over here just in case I fuck this up?
Okay.
I would love to be able to give you resistance against acid if we then have to stand right next to it and beat it to death.
I don't want to be standing on any glass. She, stands right next to you.
That's fair.
Me either.
What the hell am I supposed to drink a fucking shit?
Here, you can squeeze in with the boys. I know it's combat, but you know, not everyone needs their 5 foot of personal space.
Do you want me to
down at this thing in the pit?
Don't worry, that one should be fine.
You? Yeah, it doesn't even look up at you guys. It's just kind of like,
Ate a leopard today. That was pretty cool.
Okay, I'm going to try and do the switcheroo. So here goes nothing.
Easy.
Oh, I saw that one hand.
Right, right.
And spell hit the leverage.
It is perfection. Just
Okay. And now, one of the people who can see the other ghosts, what are they doing? Are they able to pass through this glass, or can we seal them away? I'd love to get my scientific observation boys on this.
We have a loose individual down here.
Yeah, if you could get that one closed again, then we could figure it out.
It's in the pit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, I knew that out of character. I just thought I would ask in character since I can't see it. 'Cause, you know.
Oh, yeah, it's quite.
Wow, yeah. Have you ever seen such a good quality player?
No.
No.
So, engineering again?
Yes, please. Okay. So with this roll, you kind of fuck around with it, and it does work. However, the timing is not great. As the Amast is pulling itself out, it goes across, and you see that the glass actually bisects the creature.
Oh.
So I'm gonna roll.
What happened? Why? Oh.
I'm gonna roll.
You cut it in half.
Okay.
Great. So this creature, technically no one directly attacked it, but there was a flash of green light as it squeals in multiple voices in pain. And then it reverts back to being invisible. For Maze and Red Path, you can see that because the bottom half is gone, that under the glass, the like legs and bits of another corpse that were attached to it, that starts to like shrivel away and disintegrate. Meanwhile, the one up top is using its multiple arms to just drag its body along the glass.
Oh, this is miserable.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it out of its extended misery.
Here. Do you need help or?
No.
Yep. That'll hit. And there's a sneak attack because it can't see you. Yep. So minus 20, minus 19, and then minus 8. You'll love to see it. You swing down and it gets out one little yelp before it just disintegrates.
Is that the last of them? Is there?
There's one more ambling.
Is it in a cage or above?
Above.
In what?
Okay.
Ebon.
Let's see if I can open that one.
Yeah, you want to give me an engineering check. Yeah, this one like, and it does finally like drop down. When the glass clears, you see that it doesn't just immediately fall down, but it does get curious and it descends. So it is now actually in the pit. As it just
Status?
kind of like,
Is it down there? Okay, let's send it back.
yeah, I mean, because you've got this one working, you're able to pull the lever, and I think at that point, combat is over.
Okay.
The glass shuts across, and yeah, it becomes quiet once more.
Well, that could have gone worse. Sorry about that.
Marjorie shakes her head. No, I think that worked about as well as we could have hoped.
Oh,
I'm glad we were able to save some of them. It's possible if they were being kept here like this, that they were used as some kind of power source for the stuff in this room.
And what do you imagine the stuff in this room is?
Well, this must be Dessa's laboratory, so it's entirely possible this equipment is what we're going to need for, you know, our various tasks.
Yeah, Marjorie kind of looks around. Yes, this is definitely more in his realm of expertise.
Excuse me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to be on the glass. Sorry. She like scurries off to his side.
Just gonna crouch down and look at this blood stain.
Yeah, you notice that there's actually a fair amount of blood. What I can even do so that you can fully see it, because I'll put that on GM layer for now.
Wow.
Yeah, the table's not great. There's a lot of blood there, so I'll put that back in. Yeah, if you want, you can give me a heal check, I guess, because it's kind of studying the blood. You can immediately tell without even having to roll. This is old blood. It's been here for a long, long time, to the point where it's like it's dust, quite frankly.
Ew.
gross.
Oh.
Yucky.
Before we get too into investigating in here, we've burned a little time. Maze, I think, would it be possible for you to slip back into that previous room and see if there's anything of consequence in there? Or actually, better yet, see who's winning the fight?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Nashlin's going over to, like, just to listen at the door to hear if Fightin has moved into this room, or, worst case scenario, Stagira are, like, prowling around here.
Yeah, I can assess the damages. We can assess together. But don't follow me too much, because I'm quieter than you are.
No,
You guys both...
I just listen.
Yeah, no, I'll listen
Come
too.
need help.
You guys both approach the door, put your ears against it, and hold hands. Maze, sounds fine enough. Nash, your ears perk up a little bit. You're extremely confident that there's nothing happening in the immediate room. It sounds like the fighting has moved further.
They still fighting, but farther away?
Well, I'll poke a head out and see who's winning then.
Yeah, just be careful, because it's only the undead who can't see us. If it looks like the Stagira are winning, we're gonna have to,
if it looks like
take
the
some
Stagira
steps.
are winning, you won't be seeing me again, I'm sure.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, Nash is just gonna stand by of if he hears a cry for help from Maze to come try and bail him out.
Maze.
Yeah.
You open this door, and the moment you do, you see one running, reaching for the door. It makes eye contact with you before the back of its head blows out from a Gatling gun round as it just dies, tumbles past you. As you see, the two big revenants are kicking ass. That is one of the stragglers that managed to get past them. And it's just like corpses of Stagira as they are pushing them back to their hole.
Holy shit, this is Helldivers in here.
Wow.
You hear a
Fucking
triumphant,
does.
very patriotic song as they go blasting through.
Wow, that makes me feel a little more comfortable.
So I rolled for them. They rolled a natural 20 and the Stagira rolled like an 8. So they are just pushing them back.
Those two guys are kind of fucking cracked.
Those were bosses. They're
Get
not
them on our
anymore.
side. Alright, here's my heal check for the dust blood.
Okay.
Sure is dust blood.
Yeah, it's a little hard to determine any in-depth facts about it just because it is so old, but you would wager, based on how much blood is on the table and just hasn't been cleaned up, that when the souls were being pulled out, it wasn't clean. It was a gruesome process, but maybe because of that, it helped ensure that the souls remained intact. And so this was clearly just various experiments of like, okay, how can we pull it out and, you know, be efficient with it? Because these like it's hard to go off of like full details, but like the way that the blood is actually like splattered and whatnot, it doesn't make sense from like an operating table perspective.
No.
While Redpath study the bloody, can I study the buddy? By which I mean the machine.
Yeah, machines can be buddies, sure.
Sure.
I am a fiend, but with an R, I could be a friend. A line that I will keep alive forever, despite it having been like 6 years ago.
It's been a while.
Sure. What shall I roll to study?
This would be, I think, knowledge, arcana, or engineering. Either one will provide different information.
I'll try Arcana to start with.
Okay.
Oh, add 2 to this. I forgot my hero with me.
Cool.
Christ.
Immediately, you pick up. This machinery is the one that was clearly pulled away from the secret little tunnel thing back in the academy. This device has been modified and tested upon, and with Redpath's information that he provides to you, you're confident, got it. This is the device that does the clean version. This is the one that, like, when it's used and it pulls a soul out, it keeps the soul intact and it is undamaged, which is really hard because all the times that you've seen Des's technology before, either the soul gets fractured in some capacity, damaged in some way, or it's not perfect. But this can do it. With a 42, you're confident that if you just read through his notes again, and even if you don't have all of them, you can get this thing working again. It looks like time has not been kind to it, but again, with a high roll, you're like, if we've still got the Veritas lantern and the parts that are there, you might be able to use some of those pieces to repair it, because they've already got the enchantments on them and whatnot to implement the like pulling of a soul. The difference being that one was a more rudimentary one that would convert it to a shadow. You don't want that part, so you just scratch that rune off and you're good to go. This might be your ticket.
Okay. Well, good news. I think this could be exactly what we're looking for my purposes and for yours, Redpath.
And additional good news, the Stagira are losing.
Marjorie claps.
Yeah, probably better news, yeah. I'm not quite sure. It would be great if they exactly annihilated each other so that those two enormous revenants were no longer here when Parthena returned, but I'll take it over a rampaging mob of Stagira that can see us perfectly fine. Yep. Okay. Obviously there's a lot more that I want to study in here, but I think that is not a good use of our time right now.
Nah, we'd still have a dungeon to clear.
Yeah.
Redpath looks down kind of sadly at this thing on the chair. Is that ash?
Oh, no, it's stuffing.
Yeah.
I think that's...
Yeah.
Oh.
That would be really funny, though.
No, it's
Tiny
not,
little pile of ash.
Let's see here. And then, because it can be kind of hard to see just because, like, sometimes the maps can get a little detailed. There is a door to the north, there is a door to the west, and you already know about these two.
Well, anyone feel like flipping a coin?
I'm feeling west.
All right.
Well, I don't want to be that guy. The last time you got to go first and do a thing, we got into a bit of trouble. Maybe we should just peek real quick. Just take a quick look through this door, and if it's nothing immediately exciting, we'll go west.
Should we turn off the other room?
Oh,
Like,
the
microwave?
in over to the microwave saw room?
Yeah.
I don't think we have the leeway to do that.
So
No, I think there's a lever here.
there is a lever on this side, and you do notice that this door, it is
red
like
hot.
Getting hot.
it's hot, and you see it's like crinkling in on itself because the microwave is so intense in
Oh,
that
good
room.
God.
Yeah, I think those revenants are not going to be coming back either way.
Yeah. So you pull the lever and you do hear like it's still hot as fuck in that room. But at least it's not getting hotter anymore.
Dude, this room is gonna be radioactive for weeks.
I don't know why I'm surprised, given how little effort she put into, like, containing red rot, but you'd really think there would be some kind of safety on this that turned it off by the time it had been on long enough to melt the doors.
Yeah, you don't really want that destroying your building.
Yeah, that's...
You are fully understanding the difference between high int and high whiz.
Yeah. Don't worry. Oh, I'm living that life, sister. I get it. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna stand off to the side, out of the way of the door. And you know what? While you take a quick little sneak peek, I can take a little quick sneak peek of these the spines on these books.
All right. Red path. Let's see here. I bet I can do a little.
He's going to hover his hand over the doorknob in case, for some reason, just for no reason at all, maybe it is also microwaving. He's like, hot? No? Cold?
Let's see here. Based on where you're sitting, I think this is kind of the vision you would have.
And he's not opening it fully either. He's just like a little.
This is what you can see with a little creak in.
He's going to sniff the air.
Smells dusty. That's kind of it.
He'll open it a little bit bigger.
Okay, let me get my little reveal tool. Nope, that's pen.
There's doodles in here. We gotta go.
You're able to see a bit more. You see that there's a door directly ahead. You
Okay.
open that.
Oh, okay. I feel like that'll wrap back around then. I would hope. Okay, nothing important immediately, just a hallway, but it might wrap around, so, alright. Let's go west.
All right. How do you want to go about opening this door? Do you just throw it open? Do you just take a little peek?
Well, I mean, we'll start with, is it locked?
It is indeed locked.
Locked from this side, I imagine.
Yes.
No, it's not.
Nah.
No, May's just.
I mean, like, Maze turns a deadbolt. No, it's not.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, so if you wanted to give me a little disable device check.
To turn a deadbolt? It's locked from this side.
I misunderstood what your question was. No, it would. Yeah, it wouldn't make sense. There's not a deadbolt lock on it. It's like it is locked with like clearly needing a key. I misunderstood the question.
I see. Okay. Yeah, I'll disable it.
Everyone back. I know how to unlock it.
Did you get hit in the fucking head?
Sorry, I'm
Eats the
running on that's gonna be enough, quite frankly. This is not, it's old as shit. Like, honestly, at a certain point you realize like, oh, this is like rusted to fuck, and you just like more or less break it open, quite frankly.
Yeah. Just a little bit of brute force. And yeah, no, if I'm brute forcing the door, I'll just throw it open.
Yeah, you it's a large storage room. All sorts of just different little boxes and vials and things of the sort. A lot of ectoplasm, you can immediately tell, just because they're glowing this faint little green.
Well, stuff in here's probably going to be helpful for later activities, but I don't think we need to case it right now.
Oh, does it not wrap around?
No. Just a little storage room. Although this box is looking precarious and delightful, so I will try and see if there's anything about this.
This one is indeed locked as well, but it's not locked from the outside. So you'll need to do some disable device.
Fascinating.
Riveting gameplay. Yeah, you're a master at this. Very quickly, just and it pops on open. Let's see here. Inside, you find 2 little white pearls. You find an exquisite cloak. You do find, because this is actually a pretty large chest now that you've opened it. You do find another Legionnaire lantern that is not damaged. And you find what looks to be a really nice jacket that, upon closer inspection, the embroidery is mice.
It looks like we got some magic tchotchkes.
Dude, we gotta get the whole mouse suit.
Yeah, I know a cursed mask lady who would love this.
She's in jail.
Yeah. Hey, resident wizard, want to take a look at these? I get the feeling they're out of my scope of identification.
I certainly will. I think we probably also want to have a quick nose around in here. I feel like it would be to our advantage if there's any samples of, I don't know, like the spores they were working with. I think it would be to our advantage to have any level of insight we can muster about how this memory transference thing worked.
I wouldn't bet
Marjorie,
on
are
that.
you still with us?
Marjorie, she's kind of looking down at the ghosts in their glass. Sorry, I am still a little jumpy about the glass.
Then just
Understandably.
confirm a passing suspicion. This is all just Dess's stuff, right? Nothing of yours would be in here.
She nods. I mean, even just a quick glance around, this all seems more closely related to tampering with the divine and souls.
Yeah, that certainly makes sense. I thought maybe there would be some shared stuff in here if they were using the same space in the past, but if not, that is a-okay. We can come back here when we've got more time, but for now, have a little sneak peek at these.
Yeah, so if you want to give me a spellcraft check to study these various magical items.
Okay, 1 each or just 1 for the whole batch?
I feel like 1 for the whole batch. I don't think it makes sense to, like...
I mean,
Yeah, and
like,
also
you can just take your time anyway. Like, it doesn't really matter.
Immediately, the pearls. They are Pearl of Power 3rd and 4th level. They are active, so they do have those charges still.
Damn.
You can burn them right now if you wanted to. You
Lovely.
find what is Dess's Cloak of Resistance. It is a Cloak of Resistance +3, but at the start of each day, you may choose fire, cold, electric, or acid and gain 10 resistance to it.
Cool.
And the last thing you find, and then there's a Legion Lantern, which you have, but it works. Like, it just works better. But you also find the Manto of the Mouse.
Please, I would love to know about the Manto of the Mouse.
Any creature larger than the wearer takes a penalty on perception checks to notice the wearer per... Oh, okay. And you can use
that
beast
would've
shape
been
3 once per
real.
day to turn into a mouse.
Real great against the giants, you know?
I mean, this is funny, but functionally, no.
I really like it, though.
Cute!
It's cute.
Every once in a while,
It's also a cloak, so it's worth.
No, it's a chest slot.
Oh, it's
a chest slot.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, it's not a
Chestnut
shoulder
shoulders.
slot, it's a chest slot.
Hang on, what the
And
fuck?
that's
You-
slightly less completely useless, then.
Yeah, I mean,
Huh.
if
I
we
mean-
give this to anyone, it should probably be Maze if you don't have a chest slot already, if you don't have a shirt.
Little rat man.
I do have a shirt.
Damn.
And I'm not replacing it with this.
You
I
don't
mean-
want the Manto of the Mouse?
Damn, what's more useful? Negative to perceptions when guys are big, or freedom of movement once per day. That's a real head scratcher.
But mouse!
So
I
don't
can
have a
hold
chest
on
slot,
to
but
it as a
also
magic tchotchke, but that's all I'd be doing with it.
I can already do this, so I need it the least out of any of us. Do either of you guys not have a shirt?
Shirt counts as torso or is it
Chest.
body?
On
my
the
list,
sheet, it would be torso.
I ain't giving up my torso item. That's my get the fuck off me vest.
I'll stuff it in my bag and turn into a mouse on my list of stupid bullshit.
Okay.
Now, for you, Oz, when you say you've already got the fuck get off me chest,
Yes.
are you talking about your armor?
No, because I have my alabaster trapping as well.
Okay. Wanted to
I
double
have
check.
my breastplate and also my my like cloak under it are both force punch.
No, it went back to view only. I didn't even leave the page. I'm sorry, I'm trying to put these
Gatekeeping.
pearls in my backpack, but my backpack won't open.
I have multiple ways for people to leave me alone. I would like the 4th level pearl at least.
Okay.
All right.
Uh,
Now, whether or not I use it immediately is a question for another day.
Yeah, and I'll hold on to that lantern because it's just some garbage, and I already have a special cloak of resistance, so that'll
what?
belong to someone else.
I mean,
Dude, I have
I'd like a fun little mine is just a normal plus.
Yeah, no, get a fun little
resistance.
treat.
I'd like some resist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know
sounds
what?
pretty
Could
good.
I have that lantern actually?
I mean, I guess.
I feel like if I've got like the religion points, I might have a slightly easier time dealing with undead and souls and shit if things go wrong, you know?
I mean, sure, I'm just stuffing it in a bag. Is all I'm doing.
Well, I like it.
If you want to hold it, be my guest.
Yeah.
Rad. Perfect. Let's hear. And
Marjorie, you get nothing.
Marjorie's fine with that. She's like, yeah, I don't want your
I
little
hate
mouse
this place.
jacket.
I want to go home. Put the rat jacket on, Margie. Put it on.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes magical items are just to get a reaction out of you.
Yeah,
and they're
no,
not
sometimes
useful.
magical items just have the funniest fucking name possible, and you have to give them to your party.
Why did he have
Was-
this?
Was there any other interesting stuff in here? Like I see a
I mean,
little
yeah, there's
pile
lots of other
herbs
interesting
and
stuff here.
spices.
It's just like not
We don't have
immediately
time.
helpful.
We don't have time, and it's
This'll be-
helpful for when we need to use
The
this
storage
place
and the
to
books,
solve.
great things to revisit as soon as we're actually trying to use this room to execute our subplots.
Yeah. Marjorie kind of steps away. Well, I hope you found something useful in there.
I think we did, yes.
A magic
I'm
bauble
glad-
or two never hurt.
I'm glad nothing in this room got significantly damaged in that little scuffle. This could be very important as soon as we have time.
Yeah. With a 40, you know that this thing is A-okay. And when you walk back to it, you feel your right arm reach up and just touch the machinery. It's like, so just this little thing will make everything work?
I think it is necessary. Whether it is sufficient, that's going to take a little more time to determine, but I think we have much reason to hope. Also, before I forget, Dia's just going to come and lock these doors again so that they are back to how they were.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah, May's caught a glance at you longingly touching that with your Addis arm. No need to jump the gun. There's not a vessel for him to go in right now anyway.
I know. It's nice to be optimistic.
He knows. It's just nice to be optimistic.
That's what I'm saying.
Just temper the excitement is all. It's easy
I
to get
all
carried
the
away.
time be saying that.
Alright, let's carry on.
Yeah. You notice that there were actually other doors here before, but like just from cave-ins and just time, they are inaccessible.
Quick little
Well,
lean
Marjorie.
around the corner.
Someone threw dynamite in here.
Who would have done that?
No, we had a mine cart. We don't know where it came from or why it did that, but
If we get the power of time travel, that's what we'll use it for, to figure out who launched that minecart full of dynamite at
You
us.
see, here's the joke. It was us. You know it was us.
It was a stable time loop.
we have to do this,
We have
otherwise
to go back and shove the cart, or else the timeline will disintegrate.
Guys, shut up. That's the April Fool's episode. Shut up.
I look at the calendar. Oh shit, I gotta get
Almost. We're off by a day, unfortunately.
Marjorie,
Yes.
you can go ahead.
Right. My apologies. I was revealing the map.
Oh, you know what? You're right.
Do you just throw the door open?
I mean, may as well inquire with Margie first. Any idea what these rooms are?
Oh, these were old personal studies for various, I guess, well, it's the word that she would use, underlings for Parthena. Basically, any tasks or ideas that she had but she didn't want to commit too much time to or felt were below her but would still be useful, she would pawn them off onto pawns.
Unlikely
So?
that there'll be any combatants in these rooms, then.
I'd be pretty surprised because these were rooms that we did investigate when we first woke up.
Cool. Casually throwing doors open, then.
So there's a dragon. No. So you you
They
throw
would
the,
be
A
great.
dragon in a 3x3 closet?
open here
You
for
open
you.
the door. Thank God, I was starving to. I can't leave.
Yeah, like, we joke, but that demon circle was in a 3x3 closet.
It's true.
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
bad. It was no good. Throwing it open, yeah, it's just a small study. I mean, this honestly reminds you of even back at the academy of just like the small personal studies that were available to the public.
Mhm.
And looking through, like, the chair is hanging on by a thread, quite frankly. Most of the books are functional, but you feel like you'd have to be very careful with them.
Yeah, no, presumably not much of interest, but, you know, it's important to case the joint.
Yeah. You throw this door open and actually, like, knock a few books out of the way and push through, and you see that just from a quick glance at the titles, it's flesh golem manuals and things of the sort, just like various processes explained.
You think a flesh golem would be sufficient for your purposes, Dan?
No,
I don't think so either.
that's not to say these couldn't be useful, but another time.
And one more.
And another one, same thing as before. Nothing too wild. If you wanted to give me a perception check. Oh, there's no wall here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I
I
noticed that.
fascinating
Not to-
stuff.
Not to draw attention to shit. Hang on. There.
Ah, yeah. Maze just looks at like, it could use a wall. Boop. Perfect.
Yeah, with your high, with your
What
high,
an awful job.
with high perception, you kind of like rub your eyes and you go, no, there is a wall.
Thank goodness.
But looking through here with a 25, you do notice something must have been very hard to see. It's hiding just in between the wall and the board, or the desk, and it looks to be another little pearl.
Yeah. Another little treasure tucked away.
Can I direct my spellcraft laser at it?
Yeah, you rolled high enough. I'll let you pass through it. Because these are rooms that aren't super interesting and you need to kind of actually perceive them. This is a Pearl of Power level 5.
Whoa!
What the
Whoa!
guy's room?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. This is where our underlings were. They had to cast the 5th level spell of do better at grunt work.
Now, the only thing that you do notice about this that is annoying is that signed on it is Parthena Veritas.
Ah.
That is the trade-off, is that it's like, like based on the
How do you
information Mark
sign your name on a pearl?
carefully.
Squinting at it. Wow, this is actually this is kind of impressive. She must have used like a really powerful magnifying glass and a very fine pen.
And the most annoying part is, like, with Margie's information, you realize that someone else made this, and she was like, well, it's mine.
Mine now. You made this? I made this.
I made
So-
this.
So, had enough time to sign Little Pearl, but not enough make doors work?
No.
Okay.
She has her priorities. I don't agree with them, but she has them.
Well, another little trinket for you spellcasters, then.
I'm Oz BRB'd, so I'm just gonna take this for now.
It's yours.
All right.
Girl, why shouldn't I take it?
And what's this away?
Margie kind of pauses for a moment. That leads into one of the main meeting rooms that...
Yeah, this should be the room we got a quick glance of earlier.
She nods.
You didn't see anyone else in here when the door opened, did you?
No, all I saw was Big Dog.
Okay, well, we should probably tread carefully regardless, because it's obviously an important room.
Mm-hmm.
It's more what's connected to it.
Oh?
Do you throw the door open?
Yeah, sure.
So,
You had some
When-
time to fix things up.
yeah, so... Remember when the door got thrown
Yeah,
and
no,
the...
I mean, yeah, he threw up.
Yeah,
he threw up
so-
on himself.
part of this room got fucked up. Like the table is barely hanging on as one of its legs has just been blown off entirely. Multiple chairs have just disintegrated into the various little acid pools.
Looks like the centerpiece survived.
It's sparking a bit. It looks like it got grazed by it, because luckily where the Hydra Wolf was is that it was kind of blocking it, but then as it got melted, it was howling and spewing acid in other directions too. Like you see the ceiling is dripping a bit. So you're hoping that won't be a problem later, but it's fine now.
Ooh, step carefully, I suppose.
Yeah, no, watch your step. Any idea what the glowy triangle is?
Margie kind of crossed her arms. It was mostly used to contact other labs that were far away. You know, trying to stay organized between the various legions.
Are there any other labs you're aware of that are still operating after we, you know, trounced up and down the countryside?
She shakes her head. I think... No. No, when we were initializing this plan, we made beelines to the ones that we felt were important. Though for Parthena, based on how everything shook out, she gestures to the dungeon that destroyed itself, I would wager she was not interested in trying to reestablish all of them at once. I think her plan was mostly to get a foothold on an army, maybe repair one or two of them, but oversee them herself entirely, instead of relying on others.
Not to be excessively ghoulish, but points to the corner here. What's that? What's going on there?
It appears to be skeletons. People have them inside of them.
Yeah, that is what we had turned Parthena into.
Oh! It's
But-
still here?
It's rotting away.
Oh.
Yeah. No. So,
Remind me not to call forth her soul in this room.
It's a touch.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
well, I mean, this is just where she ended up.
Does that mean, is this the room where everything went down? No, I don't see shelves with hangman spores in here, so...
She gestures to the north.
Ah,
The
okay.
door to the east is where we procured our hangman spores. It's a small, I guess, garden.
Is there a living tree here?
She nods. There's a couple.
Are they
Mm.
chill?
I mean, as chill as hangman trees are wont to do.
I mean, the first one we found attacked us.
I mean, they should have a good rapport with me, though maybe Parthena has played a part in that as well. As there's more talking, you suddenly hear a very slow on the door to the east, and you can hear
Oh.
as noise is being made in this room.
Okay. Someone want to lock that door real quick? Or
Yep.
bar it or something? We're gonna need a...
Yeah, let's what do I have to bar this up? Oh, of course. I've got a pair of handcuffs of compliance that I use for things like this and not anything else.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
no,
could
you're able
try
to.
something too.
Oh yeah, you want to try something there, Nash?
Yeah, I haven't gotten a chance to use it yet, but I have a gauntlet of rust.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh, to like rust the doors shut?
Yeah, it's you can use rusting grasps 3 times per day.
um,
I don't. That might break it.
yeah, I'm not in love with the idea. I like where your head's at, but I think a good old-fashioned barring it will do us nicely, at least for a bit. Yeah.
Well, we...
Throw some cuffs over the handles. Let's try and keep it quiet though, not draw too much attention to ourselves.
Yes. Wise idea, I think. What's on this blackboard?
It's a little fucked up, just because like there must have been a scuffle in here at a while and they just haven't touched it. You get the feeling, specifically for Margie, she's like, I don't want to touch anything that like Parthena was directly dabbling in. But it is various discussions of what their next plans will be. This includes how projects are proceeding in various locations, such as Project Sun Eater, as well as, more notably, which has more of the details, a Lichdom project and how that's coming along. You do notice that it is like a hash is through it, and it says Ebon Ward foiled. Now they have a Lich.
Huh.
Redpath's gonna
Well-
do something funky. He's gonna duck down under it and go in the back and see what's on the backside of it.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
on
you
the,
can spin them usually, right? You don't have to cram yourself in... Well, okay.
Yes, I know, but I don't want to make too much noise. This thing's
That's
fucking
fair.
freaky
That's
as hell.
fair. It's just funny. Watch you little squiggle under there.
looking on the backside, it is discussing like who will be in charge of the various projects and whatnot. A lot of the names you don't recognize whatsoever. You know, like the name Quincy does come up, which is one you have seen before, but kind of a small fry in the grand scheme of things. Like his name doesn't pop up anywhere else super duper often, as he was to look over how to develop various golems and things of the sort. There is also a discussion of what should be the like go-to armor for the Veritas Legion, and it looks like they settled on they didn't get to fully implement it, but they were going to start using mithril, so that all of their vampire legionnaires would be like very light but very durable material, and they would make sure that the highest ranking officers would have that. Just kind of going down of like what their plan of attack would be, and it looks
Their
like
itinerary, basically.
their itinerary, and it looks like they didn't get too far into it before everything went to shit. But based on what's written here and even the discussion of where they're going to get the mithril and whatnot, you're like, oh wow, had they had like 3 more months, you're
Where
not
are they gonna
sure.
Get the mithril?
That's an interesting point. It would appear, and this is interesting information if you guys wanted to invest and make a shitload of money down the road. It turns out
I
that
don't know, something don't feel right to me about this, man. Just, nuh-uh.
it turns out that near the city of Nestled, which is in this very hard to reach little city, if you go to like the far northwest, there is apparently a perfectly accessible mine of mithril that has been borderline untapped. So
This seems like a good thing to let the Ebon Ward know about to fix their financial woes.
yeah, or even just really suit up the army, and like, because mithril is an incredible material, it's just hard to find. That's
I
really
know.
the problem with it.
Real-
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, mithril is just better than adamantine in the example of like, it's easier to work with. Like it's far more flexible and modifiable. Meanwhile, adamantine, you're like, we gotta crank the temperature so high, it's like borderline dangerous to work with to get it in the shape we need.
Just from a quick visual glance, are the bookshelves on the south wall fucked from acid, or did they look like they survived?
I would
They're-
imagine they're fucked.
They're fucked, sadly.
That's what I figured.
So,
Okay. Well, shall we take a look?
Let's.
okay. You do notice that despite how tight the doors are to the east, you see a couple of fingers reach under and coil up and like kind of scratch the steel on your side by about 1.5 foot of finger, just like,
Oh, so that's Stagira.
yeah. And there's still that chittering sound.
Reaches down and grabs one of the fingers, like.
You pull the finger and hear a little fart.
You pull the finger, you hear a
That's how
little
you
explosion.
disable a Stygira non-lethally.
Speaking of disabling, let's disable this. This is a trapped hallway if I ever saw one.
Oh,
When has a
no.
big skull floor ever done anything?
no, don't destroy my mechanics. No.
No,
No, did you learn from my little game? No. Yeah.
I'm not rolling very many numbers, but we've got time. It's fine.
I mean, that's the thing is if you take 10, like,
Yeah.
you're able to sit there and, like,
Red Path turns to
Deactivates.
Marjorie. Are you willing to go into the next room, or would you rather sit here at the dining table and hang out with the fingers?
looks at the fingers. I think I would prefer to go with you. I appreciate that concern, though.
Okay, just keep your head.
She nods. She looks nervous, but you just throw this door open.
I'm gonna wait for the collective to get a little closer first.
Oh, there is definitely hangman spores in the air, dude.
Yeah, no, we're gonna be careful with this one. 'cause this
at
is
least we have life bubble.
The life
but,
bubble
Yeah.
should help with that, but yes, I would be cautious.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, just a fun fact. You don't need to breathe right now, so I recommend not.
Lovely.
Good to know. Yeah, let's open this door slowly, maybe.
Slowly. Okay. You throw it open just a crack. And you can see like part of a desk, but directly to the north, you can see a massive stone coffin with dozens and dozens of runes surrounding it that are still glowing with perfect power, as well as on the coffin itself.
Maze glances back. Were your coffins still charged with magic power when you left them?
She nods. I don't know. I think I brought this up before, but Vasco is actually the one that found us.
Yes, where did you kill him exactly?
She gestures. There's an operating table to the right.
Alright. Open door, step in.
All right. It is an enormous lab, filled to the brim with various technologies, hundreds of books, alchemical goods galore. There's even like magical suits of armor set up in glass. You do notice.
Ain't no shot we don't have to fight something in here. This room is too
big.
suspiciously large.
I mean, I imagine this is the most likely boss arena, at least, especially if we just get here after Parthena, which it might still be. Who knows? But
yeah, it sounds like there's a lot of magic tchotchkes in here.
There are. If you wouldn't mind, like, so here's a question. Do you want to take a lot of time to just, like, peruse the area, or are you doing, like, a quick survey?
This is just a quick survey, making sure there's nothing in here that we need to kill immediately.
Nothing
give-
you need to immediately kill or immediately take to make sure she
Disable.
can't have it.
Yeah, give me perception checks just to, like, walk, like, do you also walk around the room, or are you just like staying in the doorway being like, what do I see from here?
We're gonna have to step into the room at some point. I'm the least likely to walk face first into a booby trap, so I'm willing to walk around.
I'll take a
some.
look-see around too.
Yeah.
You're
nice.
doing way better than me.
I'm not.
My
even
perception
gonna roll.
is where all my skill points go every level.
Yeah, but you're rolling a number.
Marjorie isn't going to roll just because just being here is
Yeah, she's
not great.
Have you set foot in this room since that day?
When we were first kind of getting our bearings after waking up, I came in here once or twice just to grab some supplies, but I didn't like being in here. Maria, however, I guess when she was still Maria, was in here frequently examining all of the notes and bringing them to me because I didn't want to be here. But Maria had a lot of anger to push through it. So let's see here. Maze. Looking over. First couple things that you spot is this lovely little operating table.
Yeah, looking nice.
The table does have what's clearly like prestidigitation placed on it, so it just like cleans itself continuously over and over and over again. The contraption, you're not sure what that does. It's still glowing like it's perfectly functional. Lots of various little medical implements. You do see, just because of your own understanding of like alchemy and whatnot, that there are multiple like injectors of what appears to be cure wounds and inflict wounds as needed. So it looks like they were prepared for multiple types of patients, or for patients that were in the transitioning phase between life and death.
Yo, he got HRT here.
Let's see here. Looking at the magical, the armors, you can tell they're magical, like very, very clearly. You're pretty confident that if you touch the glass, something might happen. So
no need to do that yet.
Yeah, you're like, I won't touch that. The big machine to the north. You're not sure what that does. It doesn't look like it's actively doing anything immediately, or you don't feel it. But it does have like a little control panel, and it is like giving off a low hum. It's like one of the only sounds in this room.
It looks back to Marjorie. And what is this stuff?
A lot of it is meant to assist with surgeries and things of the sort, or the implementation of, well, before we truly dabbled in our physiomancy, and of course Parthena didn't have it, this is where she augmented soldiers. And that device is meant to, this one by the table, is meant to assist with calming emotions, to ensure that the patient doesn't react negatively to the process at hand. The device directly above you, though, I believe that is meant to amplify arcane capabilities. But I am not an arcane caster, so I don't fully know how it works. Nash, you rolled freakishly high.
Yeah.
Books, no, they're books.
Yeah, books.
Books, yeah.
But the thing
Stuff
that does,
over here, though.
yeah, the things that you immediately notice, is this catches your eye. You've seen something similar.
To this pillar?
It's not a pillar.
Oh.
It's a pedestal.
It is a large cylinder that rises up about 8 feet or so off the ground. And it is the same exact shape as the candle blight containers.
Ooh. Ooh.
Is it closed or open?
It's closed. You remember the candle blights didn't have like a glass container. Like they were in a thick stone container to lock them in. If that's what's in here, you're not sure. but it looks distinctly similar.
If that's what's in there, you hope it isn't.
Yeah.
Hey, that's pretty interesting. Maybe someone with eyeballs should take a look around and see if there's a little, like, switch anywhere that says sick 4 candle blights on the assholes who are invading my laboratory.
Yeah, like Nash does put it, like, yeah, this is same as candlemen holders.
I'm going to take a quick look at this and see if I can figure out how it works and whether it's something
I would
that...
not have clocked that because these look like pillars to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Whose
And that's
skull is that?
Yeah, I was curious about that. Yeah, we can investigate that together while Dia looks at the magic thing and wonders if it could make her stronger.
Yeah. So while Dia's rolling for that, Nash, the other things that you find is, yes, you find this skull. It is perfectly preserved. And what you notice about it is that it is the skull of a vampire. And you don't really recognize the writing or anything beneath it. But Maze, you can clock pretty quick as you're brought over to like read it. This is the skull of the quotation marks first vampire. Clearly, when they were like experimenting with the disease that Blackthorn had unintentionally like made, do the crazy shit that it does, when they actually modified it on someone else, they made the first vampire and they were like, well, that's a cute little souvenir, and they kept on.
Maze nods and agrees. This is a cute little souvenir.
Other things that you're able to find, Nash, with that very, very high perception. You're able to find multiple potions, and actually, the one, let me look at my notes really fast. Beep, 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 beep. You find a jar with leeches that are just scurrying about inside, just doing their own thing. And you also find 2 bottles that are like the size of a wine bottle, but have this like glowing orange like juice in them. I will tell you right now with that higher perception, it is not red rot.
The first question we're always obligated to ask.
I will jump in front of that. It is not red rot. You are 100% confident it is not.
I've ruined the color orange.
I sure have. And it's also called red rot, so, she's a dumb bitch. Anyways.
It just means she's old enough that it's, she's from the time when orange wasn't recognized as a distinct color, but just a shade of red,
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing about it is that the cork stoppers in them are enormous. And it looks like it's maintaining a lot of pressure.
Well, here, I'll try a knowledge alchemy or a craft alchemy.
Yeah, give me a craft
Dia's
alchemy.
on the other side of the room. I can prove that I still have this skill. Can I roll a number today? Let's find out. Nope.
That's decent enough. You look at it, you're not entirely certain what it is, because, like, you've never seen this before. What you do know is that it's impressively crafted. Like, this is definitely some high-tier alchemy. It looks beneficial, you know that much. And let's see here, what else can I give you?
Honestly, that's good enough. Like, it's clearly not poison, and Maze is like, well, out of my area of expertise.
And you do know that even looking at the cork, it would require a strength check to open.
Yo, the pickle jar.
Yeah, did you want to study the leeches?
Yeah.
Always.
What kind of check is that?
That
I
would
can
be...
do it. Let me look at leeches.
Yeah, Red Path Tagan. Look at the leeches.
Alright, what kind of check is this?
Kind of passes over the desk.
Let's see here. They are technically spellcraft, but I would also allow heal.
No, they are leeches.
Because it's leeches.
It's medicinal in a way. Yeah, so studying them a little bit, these are alchemically altered leeches. And more importantly, they're in a jar that's been heavily modified. These are known as the fortifying leeches.
Oh, strong boys.
What doesn't hurt you makes you leeches.
Bloat mages? What the fuck?
Ew.
Disgusting. Yeah, this room's,
Disgusting.
this room's full of cool stuff. How's Dia doing on that machine?
Yeah, Dia, can I get a spellcraft or engineering, whatever, or I guess knowledge arcana actually might be more accurate.
Okay. Arcana, it is.
The jar refills with a new batch of leeches?
Don't
Yeah.
worry. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Is that a leech cannon?
You haven't seen technology like this before. It is admittedly a little advanced considering how old everything is in this room.
Is it apparent whether it's from the before times or was installed after they woke up?
This looks like it was installed before they were knocked out. This
Okay.
looks like something that like Parthena had developed.
Mhm.
You get the feeling that if you were to like directly connect with it, it'll hurt you immensely, but it will restore spell slots and even make them stronger for a time.
Is it apparent what its power source is?
With a 30 examining, it looks like ectoplasm is used in some capacity just to kind of juice it up. You get the feeling it is a way of, it's the trait of, you've heard of like blood magic, where it's like the sacrifice of your own vitality to increase your strength. Well, it looks like Parthena and Des found a way to make it so that you still have to sacrifice a bit of yourself, but not as much if you burn a soul to do it.
Yeah. And is there a soul in the tank right now?
It's glowing.
Were there any extra tanks in Des's lab that weren't already full? I don't think there were, but I'll
I
refresh my
imagine
memory.
in the time that you were looking around in the storage room, there were like a couple that were just readily available. It looks like in case of necessity, they could just like pop it in and switch them out.
Okay. And you need one of those like specialized tanks if you want to preserve it, right?
If you want to preserve a spirit, yes.
Okay.
Because if you just like crack it open and you try to put them like in a mason jar, that's not really gonna work
Well,
super duper well.
you just get an angry ghost on your hands, right? Like
Yeah.
with the one that bubbled out in the secret broom closet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With the results, I have one last question. Do I understand how one would connect or disconnect a tank and like refill or extract the soul from this?
Yeah, because of your 40 earlier with like the other like straight up just soul device. Looking at this, doesn't look like it'd be too hard. It's bizarrely it's a little user friendly, and that's a little concerning as well considering what it does.
Yeah.
You just like reach to the side, you twist it, pop open the cap. As it is released from the machine, it locks itself down so that nothing gets out of it. And then with the actual tube itself, there are a few mechanisms that can be used to like twist it and then pull, and that releases the spirit.
Okay. I'll be right back. I need to grab something from Dessa's laboratory.
Let me go with you, just
Yeah,
in case.
yeah, no, hold on. Is now really the time to be fiddling with this?
Well, so this thing's primed to activate once. I don't really want to give her an opportunity to activate it. I could just activate it myself right now, and that would come with certain benefits in addition to a great deal of pain, but that requires me annihilating the soul that's stored here, which I'd prefer not to do.
If you want, give me a knowledge religion to kind of approximate what might happen to the soul.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
and-
maybe my get out of jail free card is, it's already in the worst torment imaginable. You'll be doing it a favor. Hey,
Yeah,
I don't know.
you're kind of iffy on it a little bit. Redpath, do you want to do a knowledge religion at this? And
Sure.
because you've got some
I
knowledge
got a
about
brain
these sorts of things.
sometimes. Hey.
Oh, okay. Dia, you're like, you got an idea of what might happen, but Redpath can confirm. The spirit in this particular scenario has been whittled down so much that if it were to be released and then destroyed, it would just go into the cycle. It would just pop back in, because right now it's been pulled out, but not in a way that would like get it punished, because it didn't go anywhere after that. It just like hung around. The closest way to describe it is it's like a concentrated haunt. So it isn't like, yeah.
Is it the case then that activating the machine and using it to power it would also send the soul back into the cycle?
Should. You're pretty,
Okay.
yeah. Red Path feels like, yeah, if you were to use it, it would like melt down the soul, but it would go back into the cycle. It'd be kind of kicking the ass on the way out, but at least it would be freed.
Well, I can't send it back into the cycle in any other convenient way that doesn't involve releasing it and fighting it. All right.
I will say with Red Path 33, the spirit that would come out would be ridiculously weak. It would be nothing like the Amassed or
okay, all right.
Melting
Well, in
Point.
that case,
we're talking like a CR1 ghost.
Red Path, could you stand by? I just want to let the fuel out of this thing.
Yes, I can hold your hand at the doctor.
Yeah. She'll go ahead and just let it spill out.
Yeah, you twist it, and this kind of green smoke starts to pour out of the tank, and you hear this like, and then it just shuts off.
Yep. On your way, sir. Okay. Yeesh.
Maze, what time is it?
Time for me to take out a watch. Maze takes out the big dick clock.
Yeah, you pull out the big dick clock. And let's see here. You guys got here at about the dungeon did a great job destroying itself.
Very efficient.
Yeah, because you left at like 11 in the morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
We had to
then
deal
you
with
had
like
to
a
travel.
bullshit on the walk here. But like actually here, we've been remarkably efficient.
I would say it's like 2 in the afternoon on a Sunday, so you haven't missed Ebon Ward just yet.
We're fine. Parthena's still in church.
Holy shit.
So unless it's daylight savings, then things get a little weird. But you're confident. Yeah, really only like 3 hours have passed. Like you're a little exhausted because you've had to like burn through resources at a rapid rate. But on the positive side, you also moved through pretty quickly.
Yeah. We should still have plenty of time before she gets here. Though that's not an excuse to drag our feet, because I certainly wouldn't want her to show up while we're dealing with the Stagira in that other room, or the big strong men in the other room.
Do we have any method for immediately dealing with the big strong men? Do we have, I don't know, spare hangman spores to re-brainwash them into being on our side?
I certainly think that could be arranged.
Well,
You mentioned that there was a garden, Marjorie?
there is. I guess one of the options, and her eyes like kind of wander over to, and you see it. It is the cabinet of spores. She's like, I feel like those have been tainted a bit, considering when they were procured, and as you can see from here even, and you notice that under a lot of the jars are just names.
Yeah, it might be a bit of a bad shout.
But if we were to parlay with the hangman's trees in the other room, maybe they'd be willing to give us a fresh batch that we could work with. And then we would have those 2 large revenants on our side.
I do have a bit of a rapport.
Out of curiosity, what are the names on these?
There are, of course, Parthena Veritas. Most notably is that they are dated. Like, they have specific dates, going back a far ways, and it looks like the best way to describe it is they're almost save states. If you want, give me an intelligence check.
Sure. I usually want.
Because also there are notes strewn about nearby as well.
Cool.
Why didn't it work?
Nice.
Okay. That's definitely high enough. based on what Parthena has been up to and how like narcissistic and whatnot that she is, you get the feeling that some of these designs, because especially there are some of these spores are in like very small containers, like ones that you could carry with you pretty easily. You get the feeling that these were designed in a way that, let's say she were to get captured or something, she could slam one of these back and all of the information that she had up to that point is gone. So she couldn't, like, if someone was to do a zone of truth on her and things like that, wouldn't work. She would be perfectly honest. She's like, I don't know where the labs are. I don't know who all is in our military forces and whatnot. But the moment she's, like, out of there, she can slam back another one and get everything back. Now, this is a dangerous thing to do because you are fucking with the brain bad, and you get the feeling that this was a project that was started, and she went, not so sure about that. However, there was a different benefit that she didn't anticipate until she was out, putting it in other revenants. None of them would be as smart as the most modern version of Parthena, so she would be in control.
None of them as thoroughly modern Parthena.
Thoroughly modern. Oh, it's so avant-garde. But you do see other names like Des is available. Most notably, you do not find Redwood. Meredith is not here at all. If you had to guess, this was done behind her back, and they would have killed to have spores with her memories. But unfortunately, not so lucky. The other thing you get as you're going through is that you do see like the name Arthur, which, because of your high intelligence check, you do recall in one of the memories there was this top-hatted individual werewolf that was like Des's right-hand like protector. It looks like this is probably here that if by chance Arthur were to die, they wouldn't be able to bring him back perfectly, but at least they could get as close as that loyal individual as before, or put it in someone else.
What's the plan, Dutch?
What's the plan, Dutch?
What's the plan, Des?
Yeah, what's the plan, Des?
And we haven't run into any Arthurs, have we? Or any
No.
similar?
No.
I mean, if he was Des's right-hand man, he might have gone with Des to Brittlehaven, or he might have just fucking died at some point.
Yeah, but Parthena isn't above stealing a save state of her brother's lackey just to use.
And out of curiosity, I would imagine not, but are there any that are here that are labeled but also empty, like they've been used?
Any of the ones that are like they haven't been used, and even the ones that do have like Parthena or Arthur or whoever, they've all gotten old enough that they're kind of weak and dying spores. Any of the newer ones are like, even though they're off on the side with a high enough intelligence as well, you look at it and you're like, Parthena probably got to those already. It's probably a safe assumption that she wouldn't just leave regular ones just out and about, especially if by chance Marjorie started to pick up what was going on.
Oh shit! I can see what's in these tubes, because it's probably the candle blights, but I can find out what they actually are.
Oh, do you have seeing through stone?
The wearer can see all undead within 60 feet clearly, including ethereal undead and incorporeal undead, hiding in objects or walls to a depth of 5 feet. That's if I activate my gloves of ghost vision.
Were
Were
candle
they
blights? I mean,
undead?
it's worth checking.
But
I
they're
don't remember if they were.
constructs, but we
Oh.
don't even know if this is Candleblight. This could be
Were they
some
Yeah, it could be
Power
something else. They
souls?
could be empty, but I wouldn't put money on it, given that, just meta-wise, they're on the map and our attention was directed to them.
Okay, if I stand in the middle of the room, I can get all of them.
It's just like, I don't actually know if they were undead or not. You might just see
And no one found anything that looked like controlling mechanisms for these, assuming they're the same kinds of tubes.
Because Nash rolled a 37 earlier and he was kind of exploring, he noticed that around the room there are various like very small stones that look like they could be pressed in. And with Maze's understanding of traps and whatnot, it's probably in case of emergency, depending on where she was in the room, she could just put her heel through it and open these. Yeah.
Would those be things that would be susceptible to being disabled?
They absolutely could.
Yeah, sure. Maze could take an extended time to disable these.
Yeah, we're not even going to worry about rolling for each one because they're simple enough mechanisms that you just kind of go up and like...
Yeah, it would just be a matter of like, all right, did I find all of them? I sure hope I did.
Well,
Yeah.
probably, you know, you're probably looking for 4.
You don't know that.
I don't know. I mean, honestly,
man.
if they were
A
smart, they would
second
have
coffin.
more than one switch per thing, but we can assume there's
And my
probably at
perception
least
was
4.
yoked. I can show you them, and also I had a +2 heroism on that anyway, so it was
So yeah, we
Well-
can live comfortably and say that she would not release them in that fashion were she to get here.
Let's see. Red Path, you do the little like see undead thing?
Yeah.
Okay. In each of those stone containers, you see undead. They are not in the shape of Candleblight. They are instead in the shape of what you have come to know as the Paradigm Legionnaires. So there are essentially 4 like wizards ready to pop out and just blow up a room.
Damn,
it seems
boring
like they
existence, hanging out in a tube.
As a just in case.
I believe there are women in those tubes.
Oh, suddenly interested.
Huh?
Oh, it's just like every anime.
Wait, I confirmed them for Scream Eater levels.
Holy shit!
No.
That's a later idea.
Very technically, you could rig the game if you want. I have no power to stop you.
Well, we only have so long.
Just open one, put it inside, like, oh, casts Cone of Cold, close it again. All right, thanks.
All right, well, I suppose we'll check out the garden then.
Yeah, if we can get past probably some curious, inquisitive birds.
Yeah, it seems pretty likely they've tunneled their way in there. Or maybe they just had access to it in general. I don't know the nature of this Hanged Man garden.
I think.
Marjorie?
It's not an entirely large room. It has 4 trees, 2 of which have died. There is also a filtration system that allows it to pour out water to, you know, keep them alive and happy and all that. Not much else is in there. So, right. Actually, no. There are 2 containers of acid. Essentially, if by chance the hangman trees were to become unruly or uncontrollable, or the other possibility that they make their own small army without our permission, press a switch, acid the entire room, kill everything.
Well, that would be an undesirable option, but hey, we have it.
We have
Nash,
it.
do you still have any of those copper nails from the mansion?
What do you mean the copper nails from the mansion?
There was a section where a hangman tree got mad at us, and there was a hammer and a bunch of copper nails in and around the room.
Oh, I mean, I have the mallet itself that can just spawn copper nails.
Yes, okay, alright, cool. Well, keep that handy then.
Do you have a plan for that?
Trees are generally averse to copper.
Might be easier for me to just, you know, cut it down at that
That's
point.
true.
I'm more concerned with the Stigera.
Same.
Okay.
The other things, because I didn't get a chance to do it for Nash because he rolled really high and he was in important part of the room. Up here, he found 2 very curious pyramid-like devices, glowing with
Oh, yeah.
interesting energy. The other thing that, Nash, you were able to find is a very familiar bell.
Oh my god. Finally.
Give me
We
that
failed the
shit.
side quest, but now we finally get it back.
Oh my god. Oh my
Oh,
god,
it's
that's
not
the,
of
that's
interest.
the...
Yeah. Dia hasn't seen it before.
Dia's going
so
over to look
close.
at the pyramids.
Glowy pyramids.
What?
He reaches over to get it, very carefully. He doesn't just grab it. He has his oven mitts on, and he reaches for it and makes sure to hold the pendulum
The
so it doesn't
dingler.
accidentally ting-ting.
It's the stupid bell.
It's the bell! Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
It's been forever.
It's the Gravekeeper's chime. Most notably, it has been repaired. Because you remember that when you found it, it was damaged due to the scuffle back then. But it looks like in her spare time, Parthena was able to repair it.
Oh no, this could be very, very helpful.
Well, how about that? I don't remember the exacts of what it did. It allowed him to control those big flesh guys, right?
Yeah, it essentially allowed him to mold flesh, basically like, making a clay pot.
Yeah, Marjorie's eyes are locked on the bell.
You know, Dia's eyes should be locked on it too. Did you hear that?
So-
Craft flesh like it's clay.
There's only, look, glowy triangles too. I have only one pair of eyes to lock onto things. But yes,
Is this
you're correct.
concerning? Marjorie, is this troublesome?
It's not troublesome. That just used to belong to my mom.
Oh,
Oh. Why'd she have it?
to try
'Cause
and
my
help
dad-
her, I imagine.
My dad made it for her.
Ah.
Physiomancy is a useful tool, and he was able to find a way to at least modify it a little bit to allow the manipulation of flesh. More importantly, to heal it and remedy it. It is also very strange in the fact that it can modify the undead, but only undead that have been gifted life by it. And she gestures.
Ah, just another caveat that keeps me from enjoying this world.
Well, she looks at you. It can still repair wounds and things like that. Because you remember, you are actually repaired by this thing way back in the day. She just kind of adds on. The difference being, it won't be able to mold it into something new.
Just
If
kind
that-
of moves it.
It more or less just kind of stitches it back together, but it won't be able to add on. For example, unless you were a full corpse that was then resurrected by this, it wouldn't be able to fuse you with other bodies and make you more muscular and stronger. But it can at least repair you. So, people in chat, it can't fix his concave ass. She shakes her head solemnly. No.
It's fine. That was already fixed. by
Blackthorn already
Blackthorn.
fixed that. It's fine.
Would this be any use to you then in that case?
I imagine it would be pretty useful for the whole lot of us. Though I do seem to recall a caveat about it maybe making you insane.
That's actually, so you recall what happened there was that the hangman tree at the time put spores in Talathan,
Ah.
and then the tree was like, we're best friends. I don't know, maybe make an undead army for no real reason, which was just really early foreshadowing of like, oh, Veritas Legion, but like, it took us 9 years to get here, so like, whatever.
I'm with you, Will. I remember doing the final dungeon of my campaign and being like, oh yeah, you roll an intelligence check. You realize that this answers a little piece that wasn't addressed from some backstory things that were going on in the first adventure 10
Not
years
that you remember.
Yeah, not that
Yeah.
you remember.
And like, I get why you don't remember, and it's one of those things
Yeah.
you bring it up and you're like, oh, that's cool, yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. It's like, yeah, it was cool, yeah.
In that case, scratch that thought. Yeah, this thing's incredible.
And now that it's repaired, whoa.
Well, usefulness aside, if it belonged to your mother, I imagine you'd rather keep it safe yourself than leave it to Parthena.
She looks down at it. I think if it's going to help us win, I would like you all to use it as necessary. But if we are able to save my sister, if possible, I would like to bring this back to my mother.
I think that what we should do in the meantime is you should hold on to it so that if people need help and I can't get to them, you can at least do something.
She nods. If you're all right with that.
That seems
Well, I
sensible.
imagine
That's the way you've always wanted to be able to use physiomancy, isn't it?
She really thinks about that. I could finally heal.
I could be unstoppable. She turns evil.
Yeah, I have the power of healing. Die!
It's like the fucking like Jack Chick D&D comics. It's like, I have power over life and death. I am a god.
well, it was
Take
made for
the
a
bell
redwood.
and use it to become a god. My crew has
God.
turned on me.
My crew has turned on
It's
me.
turned on me. Well, it was made for a redwood, so to a redwood it should go.
She very hesitantly takes it. If you're all right with that, I would appreciate that.
I mean, I've only seen it used once or twice by a insane man who didn't quite know what he was doing, and I'm sure you've seen your mother use it a few times more than that, so...
She nods.
It could be of pretty considerable help to our organization as a whole, given the unsavory sorts we have. But I'm not convinced that I trust that collective with it anyway, so...
She
Oh,
nods.
and also, even considering that, you would owe us favors after this, and there's no way that we would let you get away without giving us a copy of it.
She nods. That's reasonable. Thank you. This means a lot. And she just holds it very closely.
A nice little reward for entering this room you don't care for. Alright, go look at the triangles.
Yeah, Dia, why don't you give me a knowledge arcana or spellcraft check to...
Knowledge triangle.
Look at the
Triangle.
triangles, but hurry, we can't keep not looking at those Stigera.
True.
So, you look at this and go, oh shit, this will be helpful. This is a defoliation spike.
Oh!
Ah.
You press it again. It's like touch range. You have to press this against a target and then let it rest there for like about a round. And then when you activate it, it casts the spell Defoliate at the user's caster level.
Ooh.
So it's really strong. This is meant to, in case the spores weren't taken correctly, or if you yourself just have too many spores, you can just blast them out.
Ah.
Anti-plant beam. Anti-plant beam.
This at the same time, it will kill dryads.
Yes, this is like an instant kill to like certain plants as well.
This is fucking kryptonite for druids.
Have we previously established in how hangman spores work whether removing the spores undoes their effect, or does it
Yes.
simply... Okay, I couldn't remember whether they continued to persist in whatever the being was until and that had to stay there to have
So-
whatever effect they had.
So thanks to Jasper, you have a bit more knowledge, because Jasper did use the Defoliate spell. It's a druid spell.
Yeah.
Which is why these are pretty impressive that they were crafted. Like, there was clearly a lot of work that went into making this viable. If it takes hold, it can destroy most of the spores. And that's what happened with Doodly-doo, Picture on Brain Go, Jasper. Because they used it on Vosco, and it actually terminated Vosco's orders to kill for temporarily. And because it did so much damage, while it couldn't fully stop him from killing the prisoner that he needed to go to, it did allow him to think normally. It's why you were even able to interview him and whatnot.
Yeah.
Because, like you've seen, if a revenant gets shot in the head, the spores will quickly move to a different part of the brain until it regenerates and they come back in. This destroys the spores, like gets rid of them. And because it's at a higher caster level, or one would assume based on like Parthena's level and whatnot, when this goes off, it wipes the body clean of it, which does result in a couple of possibilities. One, if you were to do this to a revenant, they instantly target after the one that killed them. That's just how it do. But with that high of a roll, you are confident if this were to be used on an individual that has like had them in their like thrown in their brain to like modify their personality and whatnot, this would destroy strictly those personality traits and leave the body unharmed.
Yes, I can see why this would be useful. All right.
This is how we can unparthena her.
Now, there are problems. One, each spike has one use before being terminated.
Yep.
Two, they need to be pressed to the head and kept there for at least one full round, no interruption, to allow it to line up and activate it. Which means you're going to have to restrain her in some capacity. And considering she can wiggle and woggle her body or even move her brain to different parts of the body, that could be tough.
All right, well, gonna take these regardless. Okay, well... Maze, why don't you take one of the... So, when we say they activate at the... You said the user's caster level. Do you mean the creator's caster level? Or does the person using it have to be a spellcaster?
Whichever is higher.
Okay.
Like, because you can funnel your own energy into it to, like, blast it through if you are stronger. But luckily, the original caster that made these was pretty high level. So as long as someone knows what they're doing with them, it'll work.
Yeah. Okay.
I have an idea.
Yes.
What are the chances that we could confine her back in the coffin?
I suppose we
wouldn't
haven't
be able
really...
to
That's like the
have-
one thing we haven't really looked at is how does this work and can it still work or is it just broken?
Because here's the question too, is that if we can seal that coffin so she can't turn into mist, mist could pass, etc., etc.
Well, don't forget, she's not actually a vampire anymore.
Yeah, she's not actually a vampire.
I mean, she can turn into a fine goo, I
That's
suppose,
what I mean.
probably.
That's
But
what I
yeah.
mean.
Okay.
As long as we can seal it up so she can't escape. I mean, hell, we could even do it with the fucking panels in the room back when we were in the glass panels. But I was thinking the coffin because we know it has a seal around it. It's got like the fucking runes and shit. And the other thing is that if we put her in there, we would probably have to put Margie in there with her to keep it held against her fucking head.
I mean, that seems more complicated than just knocking her out and stabbing her in the head.
I feel like knocking her out would be the hard part, honestly.
I feel like we're going to have to mangle her anyway if we want to get her in a coffin.
Okay.
There's options. I mean,
For now, I'd like to give one of these spikes to Maze because he has the potential to make a hilarious I stand here invisibly holding the spike for a round play. And one of them, I mean, probably to Marjorie, right? Because she can squoogle and squungle pretty well herself.
Sure. Yeah. And
Yeah, I think
also keep
if
in mind,
we do one of these things, I'm going to have to be on trying to hold down.
Yeah, you're going to be in
these
melee, but I don't
crazy-
think we want you standing still holding
No.
a triangle for a round.
No.
because the thing is, this needs to make contact.
Yes. Okay, that's
So,
fair.
so like Maze being invisible would be great because like he could sneak up, but it would still make contact, and she would immediately be like, "What the fuck?" and just react. So
Yeah.
So there
That's
are
fair.
yeah.
But I think it could still be a fun. I think it still makes most sense to give them to Maze and Marjorie if we're.
I mean,
gonna
I'd
split
like to
them.
hold on to it anyway because in the event of spores entering my brain, I'd like to be able to do something about it.
That's also
Here's
true.
another idea as well, though. Well, we have Life Bubble for now.
Yeah.
If we could reprogram the girlies in here and get Parthenas to hold Parthena down, I'm sure that would be interesting.
That would be. That's true. Yeah. It's not just the big beefy men. It's also these revenants who are present. But okay. Well, if we're taking those, why don't we go deal with Stagira and trees?
Yeah. So one other thing I wanted to point out, because chat pointed out, and correct me if I'm wrong, but they might be correct because chat's been on point today. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Redpath, you spoke with the massive hangman
I
tree
did,
back
yep.
at Blackthorn Manor.
Yep.
Did she give you spores?
She did. She gave me like what the fuck do you call them? What did I write them down as?
Spores.
Spores.
Spores?
No, they had a specific name that I wrote them down as. I think it was just mother tree spores, and I also have a sapling from her.
So the reason why those are important and valuable is that tree loves the redwoods and the blackthorns.
Mhm.
They are probably very moldable to be used in an effort that would protect the redwood family.
Mhm.
So, you do have those in your back pocket if you need them.
Mhm.
Yeah. So what do you want to do?
I've got super hangman spores from Ikmar also, but I've already done something. I've already loaded a round in a gun with those.
All right. Let's see here. Margie kind of walks with you. You notice that she's like pretty quick to get out of the room. And she's still holding the bell very closely and making sure it doesn't ding or anything of the sort. All right.
Are the boys still scrabbling and scraping?
Your cat scratching at the bathroom door.
You see that the steel has been peeled a little bit from the fingers. They don't seem to be immediately right there.
Okay.
So they took a little looky, saw nobody.
Took a little looky, played a little hooky. Oh, just right through that, huh?
Margie, like, very carefully steps over it as best she can.
I'm not shy about, like, gore and such, but just knowing what this was makes me not really want to step on it. It feels weird.
My concerns are elsewhere at the moment. All right.
Where is elsewhere?
We're going to unhook the handcuffs from the store. It's like, all right, so prepare for the worst, I suppose.
It should be dark in there, right? No, like.
That is how they like it. I mean, if we have some means of flashbanging them, that could be something.
I'm not sure we're gonna get better than just a chance to approach them very quietly and try and jump them. Hopefully there aren't too many after the ass kicking they were taking in the south, but hopefully often it leads to disappointedly.
Maze hears the words approach and very quietly and catches on, this is my problem, isn't it? I see. All right then.
Well, I don't propose sending you in there by yourself because we can all still just barely see in the dark, but
Mine is running out soon, so not really.
Well, let's see what we're working with.
So do you just throw the door open? Do you just like crack it open a smidge?
Yeah, we're gonna slink the door open. You're gonna give myself the option to slam it shut if there's an immediate problem.
you know, I'm gonna go ahead and cast shield.
Right, I will, based on where you are peeking in from, I think that would give you a visual.
Oh, hello, baby.
You can see one Stagira very slowly, again, that like very kind of like rigid movement as it like kind of creeps around on all fours, and then it kind of perks its head towards the door and then fully stands at its height of like 7 feet and just stares at the door, but it doesn't react. It just looks.
It simply sees that the door has opened.
Mm-hmm.
Could just open the door and let them come to us.
We could.
How much are you opening this door by, do you think?
Just like this was a slow open and like stop and once I get a visual on something I don't like, and I got a visual on something I don't like, so I probably stopped at like not too much.
Okay. Can I get a perception check from everyone?
Of course.
You got it, Chief.
I'm sorry. I love numbers that have 1 digit today.
Hey, mine is a 27 though with the heroism.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I'm just checking something. Okay. Nash and Redpath, you both just barely catch it. At the top of the door, you see just a couple of fingers gripping the top, and it yanks as hard as it can, but before it can, you guys have the opportunity to call something out.
I mean, I think Nash would sooner just step up and yank
Yeah.
Yes.
more.
Five.
Yeah,
You have step
Nash
up,
wouldn't
so-
say anything. Nash would just act on it.
Yeah. So you walk up, slam the door as hard as you can. You hear an awful squeal as like 2 feet of fingers get crunched in the door and like frantically scurry and tighten as. And you realize from the angle, it was clearly above the door, like hanging off of the wall, looking downwards.
No, we're not getting the jump on these things.
Okay, well, let's blast him.
Okay, I'm up for starting to blast. I've got polymorphs. I'm gonna crack open my jar of polymorphs, and I think I will cast Monstrous Physique and go four-armed gargoyle form, a perennial favorite.
Marjorie's gonna try something, actually. She just realized something. Hold on. She reaches up to the Stegosaurus fingers that are hanging through and just touches it. Creature is going to need to make a fortitude save.
Yeah, just kill him through the door. Take away one of them.
You hear an awful pop on the other side of the door as the fingers turn into blood and just...
Oh, shit.
She just smirks. Oh. I can touch these ones.
Should we start? Nash, do you want to Shanghai these guys?
Yeah, let's get these guys.
Also, can I become Larg?
Yes, you may. Hold on.
Thank
Let
you.
me make you the big.
Grows
Oh,
into
that's
the
a
pile.
good-
All right.
Chat points out a good thing. Are their eyes intact? Do we hear ting ting?
You would hear ting ting, but there's also like...
Yeah.
Blunk, ting, ting.
Let's see here. You know what? I think we're gonna need some different music. Okay. So, how would you like to go about this? Do you just throw the door open and run in and just see what happens?
I don't think we have too much of a better choice. I think we can
Yeah,
open
if
the
they're
door and let them
already
come
like
in here,
camping
but-
the door, then I don't think trying to sneak into the room makes sense.
Okay. Then if that is the case, let's see here. Where's my turn order? Beep, beep, beep. I'll pop that open. Yeah. Marjorie gets furnished.
It's not a good initiative, even though I'm like, let's charge on in there.
I just realized
But
also
I'm a little scared.
my macro on this is outdated. My dex is 1 higher, so add 1 to this. Shit.
I could just add you.
Thank you. It should be 21. Thank you.
And turn, you are a 21.
Ball. Yeah, I don't care today.
I believe that's going to be everything. Alrighty.
Why don't we just charge in there? Marjorie, you go first.
Yeah. Marjorie nods, and swift as can be, rushes in towards this one. There was another one waiting by the door, so I will reveal him, and he will get a swing at her.
Also, the room is still mostly not
Yeah,
moving.
I'm gonna adjust that in
that's
just
okay.
a second. Doesn't hit her, actually. She's able to swoosh right on under it. Let me reveal more. Now that she's in there.
Oh, it's like
and
a
she's
bunch of trees.
Oh,
yeah.
they're cute.
She's gonna touch this creature. That will hit. The creature is going to make a fortitude save. Okay, so he doesn't crit fail, which is good. So he is going to take. She hasn't had to use this on another person in a while, so I gotta go look at how much. Because if you crit fail against her, she just blows you up. Because that's just a thing she could do. Numbers. Okay, yeah, that's about what I thought. Okay, so this one instantly takes 45 damage. As you see, she like reaches up, grabs the underside of the neck, and there is a huge blast as you see the neck and the spine, like each vertebrae burst, and just the head is hanging limply from just now the bone becomes blood. It does not have its bite anymore. It cannot get its mandibles to do that. That is her turn. Dia.
I reckon you want me to go first.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I'll get out of your way, and I'll go and try and finish this loser.
All right.
Single attack. Ah, perfect.
No, unfortunately.
No, I already rolled my number. It was my initiative.
All right. You only get one of those.
Yeah.
You go dashing in. You're able. I gotta double check. Do they have combat
Go
reflexes?
dashing through the snow.
Thankfully, they do not have combat reflexes. But you're able to dash under and go for a vertical swing, but the neck is so weird and woogly, unable to find purchase, unfortunately.
Happens.
Dia.
Let's see. Now, this one standing in front of Nash, this is the one that was not exploded, right? This
Correct.
is the other one. Okay.
The other one I've straight up deleted.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to
And
make sure
is
he
it
wasn't.
like in the way of the doorway, or is it clinging on the wall like? A
It
freak?
is. It is clinging on the wall above the door. It's like hanging above it.
Okay.
So it does have cover unless you are able to like fully reach in and like grab at it and whatnot.
Okay. Well, I tell you what I'll do. Let's see. If I step here, I have reach. Am I able to reach it on the ceiling?
I would say so, because like the trade-off is that you are technically adjacent to it on the screen,
Yeah.
which would mean then that extra reach would be to like go up and under the door and just like hit it.
Yeah. So what I'd actually like to do, I think I'd like to go ahead and so I have a full attack. I think I'd like to just trade that in for. I'd like to grab it, and specifically, I want to grab it around its face so that I can clamp down over its eyes and also clamp its beak shut.
Mmm.
You just want to put a hand over its entire face.
Pretty much, yeah, which, I mean, my hand should be big enough, I think. May I go ahead and combat maneuver that?
Absolutely.
Combat maneuver.
Yeah, I'm gonna combat manhandle this guy. Let's see.
Get him.
I am in strong end. Okay. I was a fool and did not recrunch my numbers right before this, but I guarantee this is almost exactly correct.
I trust your numbers.
Okay.
It's only
you just tell
slightly
me-
wrong.
You just tell me
Yeah.
whatever pluses and minuses there need to be.
Yeah. So it should be.
Yes.
Okay.
Even before number crunching, that's gonna grip this thing. So one arm reaches and grips the mouth.
Yeah, and I just wanna, I mean, if I can, I'd love to initiate a grapple and just kind of rip it off the ceiling so I can hold it for Nash to beat the shit out of it.
Yeah, I mean, you have 4 arms. I feel like that's reasonable. So, do you like drag it into the room with you guys?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, generally when you're grappling, it's like, yeah, whatever, that works. I mean, I'm grappling, so it shouldn't be able to attack Red Path, so this should be fine.
Yeah, its arms are like flailing all over the place, but again, like you throw out another hand to like grip its like rail thin arms.
Wow, a Stagira delivered right to my doorstep, easy.
Wow, throw it in the acid.
Oh man, I love ordering Uber Beats. Let's get this guy.
Okay, that will be my turn.
Perfect. All right, Stagira. He is gonna try and get out of your grasp.
Okay, I
let's-
believe that is against my CMD. He makes a check.
Yeah, his CMB is not stellar.
CMD is pretty fucking
try
jacked
escape
right now.
artist.
Yeah, I think he probably has a better shot at that.
Yeah, I'm looking at his escape artist. His escape artist is better, so let's see if he can get lucky with that. D20 plus. No. He wiggles and woogles, and there's a moment where he does like get an arm free, but you very quickly grip onto it. So that's his turn. He's done with that. This one next to you and Marjorie. He is going to do 2 claw attacks. Actually, no, wait, no. He is heavily damaged. He is enraged.
He's angry.
He's going to go for 2 swings at Marjorie, because that's the one that made his neck
That's the
explode.
one who actually hit him.
Let's see here. Both of those will hit. So, where my damage and ray? Nope, not bite, claw. Okay. And then he doesn't have his bite, so that's kind of the end of that. So she will take 25 damage very quickly. Just and you notice that Marjorie has not had a chance to like heal very well, and she's looking pretty beat up. This Stagira down here.
This Stagira down here,
Yeah, he is going to run up along the walls and kind of get high up there. And he sees Marjorie, and you see him reach up, pull his eye out, and a little beam goes out at her.
The Stagira beard.
Yes, that will absolutely hit. 21. And now she needs to make a fort save. She gets hit square in the chest, and she's able to resist that becoming amethyst. Let's see here. And then let's see here.
The other 5 Stagira in the tunnel.
Yeah,
The one
they're
in the trees above you.
Nope, that's actually all of them. Looking at this, no, they got fucked up earlier. So Nash.
Yeah, there's a Stagira right next to me grappled. It's time to full attack it.
Yeah, I don't think this guy's gonna make it.
That's the hope. That's the idea.
That's the hope. That's the prayer. Yes.
Nash eat chicken wing.
These are awful
Don't
chicken
eat
wings.
these.
Crispy.
26, great.
Crunchy.
First big stab. All right, yep, that'll hit as well. Lovely. Yeah, no, you do these 2 big stabs, and I know you've got a third one. That will still hit.
That might? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're also grappled. Like this guy is.
Yeah, it is grappled, so no dex bonus. I am carving this thing up like a really bad turkey.
Carve this turkey.
Really bad turkey. I don't want to eat this one.
Yeah, you notice that.
Fucking National Lampoon turkey.
Yeah, you get multiple stabs in there, and like actually drag through in the last one, and like out of its stomach, you see like an amethyst hand fall out. You see other amethyst chunks fall out, as well as like dust and rock. Not even like strictly blood. There is blood to be sure, but it's like dry as it makes contact with the air. It's awful. It is alive, but it's gasping for breath.
Okay.
Want to hit him with a spoon?
Hit him with a gun?
I could hit him with a spoon.
I mean, it's
but
funny.
I could spend my turn, cause this guy's about to fucking die, and like. I
Yeah,
want
and if
the
you
spoon
use
to
your
do
turn
it.
to kill him, then that means the big strong guys don't have to.
That's true. Okay. I don't want to bonk him with the spoon though. Damn, Bone Shaker goes forever, dude. What the fuck? I'll inflict him with some wounds then. I'll just reach out and bap him.
Woins.
All right, give me a touch attack.
That is my. That is my.
All of us ganging up on this guy while I hold him, like we're giving him a swirly in high school.
That's my.
It's your bab
dex,
plus
is it?
your strength.
Okay, sorry. 2 and bab is okay. Plus.
No, that'll hit because like he's grappled, and even without the grapple,
okay.
that will work.
Yeah. Just gonna give him a
Okay.
little touch. roll a little damage.
Excuse you, fucking tight, thank you. I almost did the Aram thing. So
The classic Aram thing.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. What? 2d8 points of damage plus... Okay, I was like, what the fuck am I looking at here? Alright.
Yeah. And with that, you see that kind of dark energy course through its body and like... And it just locks into place instantly. Just stops moving entirely. Dia, you drop it, and it's like, it's the best way to describe it. It's like dropping a board and just like, yeah, done.
It's like Earthbound battles, enemies that end with, the Stagira stopped moving.
Yeah, very much. Perfect. Marjorie. She is going to go for another touch against this thing.
Reach out and touch.
Oh.
Oh, God.
Okay. He's going to try and fort save. He saves.
He makes the save. He's
That's
still going to
good.
take 2x damage.
He's still going to take... I don't think he's going to make it.
I don't think we're making it out of this one.
Hey guys,
So
I've
he
got
can
some
take
bad
half of...
news. Stagiro's dead.
93.
So, once again, she reaches up to the body and you see another one of those pulses of energy as there isn't a body. It's just blood and gore. That's all that's left. Just bursts and pops and it's vile. And she very quickly turns to look at the other Stagira, which she... How far away are you? Damned 20 feet! She will... That's all she's gonna do, actually. She's just gonna take a defensive position and get ready. Dia and Maze.
All right. Why don't you let me go first this time?
I would insist.
I will step into the room. So 5, 10, 20.
Oh shit, hit the deck.
25, 30, 35, 40.
Jesus.
Oh boy, what is my movement speed base as gargoyle? I gotta double check. 40 feet. Okay, so with fast movement, yeah, I just basically want to rush into the room, scrape my way along the floor with my hands, and fucking launch myself at this thing and football tackle it.
Yeah.
Same plan as before. We're going for restraint so that it can't eye laser or bite and fuck people up with amethyst disease.
Sure, absolutely. Give me that combat maneuver. Ooh, I actually have to check.
Might not.
No.
Nope.
Unless, do you have any modifiers on there?
I think that already incorporates basically everything.
Okay.
Oh,
He
I do have a bit of luck though.
Oh.
I could,
Little bit
yeah,
of-
you know what? Sure, I haven't burned a single charge off that yet. Yeah, I'll bit of luck and add a 1d8 to that if I may.
Yeah, absolutely. Ha! That is what you need.
You're
So,
right.
you are able to leap up and, like, it actually, like, crunches against the wall and kind of flattens out, and it thinks it's safe, so it, like, extends its body out, but then you reach out with the extra arm, grab it, and tackle to the ground with it. It is frantically throwing arms and snapping at you, but luckily you're big enough that you're able to, like, lock it down in place.
All right, that's my turn.
Alright, well, yeah, he can still make an attack of opportunity against me. He's not prevented from doing that, I don't think.
I don't think he can if he's grappled.
I'm pretty sure when you're grappled, you're still allowed to do anything that only takes one limb, which he could still take a claw swing
Yeah,
at
okay.
me.
Well, if
He's
you
a
want
rough
one,
claw.
then
Yeah, he'll throw a claw, but you've got mobility and all that jazz.
Yeah,
That's not
he
gonna
didn't
be
hit
happening.
me.
Yeah, you're able to swoosh on by, no problem.
Alright.
Ha!
That's
Oh.
better.
Damn.
Alright. Damage. And sneak attack, only one. Really? Really? That's what my crit damage was? All ones across the board?
The first hit was good.
The first half of it was pretty
Very,
good.
very mean, roll 20. But still a good hit.
Hey, bonus 14 damage, more than normal.
I mean, I won't balk at it too much, but I'll balk at it a little.
I'll balk at it like a chicken.
Bok bok.
Balk,
Speaking of chickens who have things to balk about, this fine fellow is going to try and escape artist. He doesn't want to be here anymore. things have escalated. So his escape artist attempt? Oh!
Oh,
All
yeah.
right.
Oh
Let me
shit.
check. Yes. I don't remember if 20 is auto success, but that's a high enough number either way.
Yeah. So he will break out, and then he's just going to start running, which does provoke attacks because he can't disengage. So get your swings in there.
I'll take my my
Yep, that'll hit.
bite as the highest die. And once again, I'm not confident this is exactly right, but this is definitely close.
Yes, that'll do it.
Okay. 1d8
Getting
plus...
those slaps on the way out.
Yeah, 3, 6, 9... Yeah.
Code
Oof.
to the cellar.
Man, has the code to the cellar.
One!
So, Dia, you're able to like punch it in the back of the, or you're able to snap onto its back as it runs, getting a chunk of its awful like just crunchy feathery fur in your mouth. And Maze, you throw it out at the leg and just like literally just snap it off at the knee, and it like fumbles into the acid and just.
Here it goes.
Don't cry out no.
Hang on, I have a gift for this. Give me just 1 second.
Sad chicken die.
Terrible mouthfeel. Ugh.
Not good. Not good at all.
There's my gift.
Yeah, honestly. Let me.
Haven't seen that one in a while.
I'll share it with chat.
All is quiet again. You do hear a little bit of chittering down the path, because there's that broken entryway. Even though the microwaves have been like knocked over and just fucked up, it looks like there were a couple peeking in, saw what happened, and went nah, and they turned around. They're
Nah,
gone.
brah.
Yeah, piss off.
Ugh. Okay.
Is everyone all right?
Doing just fine. You should probably
Just
use that
fine
bell
here.
to patch yourself up, though.
I think I will actually, if you don't mind.
Are these
yeah.
like troughs or pillars or?
Yeah, these are little troughs.
Okay.
They're good.
They're not obstructing my movement. Ah, okay, phew, I can unfurl.
Yeah.
I can man spread a little. Gargoyle spread.
Yeah.
You mean gargoyled?
Yeah. By which I mean gargoyled.
Marjorie takes out the bell and looks at it and then gives it a little ding ding ding, and she will heal. Deep. 28. That's really helpful.
Yeah.
You see the kind of pulse go through her and start to. Oh, actually, I didn't think about this. Does this work on her?
Ooh,
It might not.
logistics.
Because I'm trying to think, because it's an artificial bell. It is powered by. No, this does work. It does work, but it won't be as potent. So she won't get the full 28 because there's some nonsense going on in the background with this thing. Yeah. Okay. Complicated, weird item, and I have my own dumb lore bullshit I gotta abide by. So she dingles it, and all the same though, she takes a deep breath. That is better at least.
Do you still need more help?
I think you should go to others first.
I think we're mostly feeling fine.
Red path, I'm missing a hit point.
Spits on you.
Thanks.
Red Pap, I got a bruise on my ankle.
Oh, sweet baby boy.
What
On
the
my way.
fuck?
How are these trees holding up?
It's pretty clear that 2 are dead. This one appears to be quite healthy. This one's like hanging in there. It's doing okay. but it's not nearly as healthy as that middle one.
Mm. Do we have time to talk to them?
I don't know if they have that ability, but you're free to try.
And these filtration like tubes look like they're still operational.
Yeah. Yep.
I'd rather not get too close until I know they're friendly.
He sits on the stairs. Doesn't get too close. He knows they should.
Let's see.
Hello,
here.
is anybody listening?
What music do I want for this? The two trees kind of like wiggle a little bit, and you see them kind of like pour out some spores. Do you allow them, or?
I allow them to, but we don't need to breathe them in.
Yeah, no, I don't think we could stop them even if we wanted to.
Yeah.
Okay. So the spores kind of go out, and there is a moment until you hear one. You seem new. Well, most of you at least, and you can feel that one of them that they're clearly talking about, Marjorie, is not exactly new here.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate you removing those pests. They were getting a little rude. And you do notice that, like, on the side of one of the trees is a bit of amethyst.
How are you holding up? Do you need any water?
I certainly wouldn't say no to it, though I would wager you would want something in return for being, assisting us.
I don't have anything in mind. Do you guys need anything?
I think we're mostly set. How's about just a general rapport, so do we know that you aren't going to do anything bad to us?
If the tree could shrug, it would, and you once again can hear, I have no reason to start up trouble with you, especially if you are accompanied by Lady Redwood.
I mean,
Is there anything I can do for your friend here? He doesn't look like he's in very good shape.
That one, very quietly, I'm fine. Just a little water's nice.
Okay. Completely, like, unarmed about it, he will go up and just creates water at the base of the roots around this one.
Why you gotta be so unarmed about it?
Why you gotta be so unarmed about it?
You just hear a relaxed sigh. That's very nice. Thank you very much, dear.
Thea raises 1 out of 4 hands.
The trees, like, kind of acknowledge it as best as they can. Yes.
I, for one, would simply be interested in hearing your account of what all's been happening here in the past. Kind of turns to Marjorie. Year? How long do you think since things started taking a turn?
I think for a moment. It's difficult to perceive time exactly when not much changes around us. But we have been visited by, I mean this with no offense, Lady Redwood, but one of you a few times. Margie nods, like, fair enough. I don't expect you to be able to tell us apart. That would have been my sister. Yes. And she has taken care of us as necessary. The filtration system has been maintained, though there have been extended periods of time in more recent memory where we were not kept at the top, as it were, with the system. You hear the other tree. It needs to be refilled consistently.
It does seem that you've had a couple
contaminants?
casualties, yeah.
They kind of wiggle a bit. They perished long before them. Before the twins started aiding us, or at least one of them. Which is, to my understanding, Maria? Marjorie nods.
Was that of natural causes, or were they Were they killed? Were they poisoned or something?
There was a kerfuffle quite some time ago, and our original Hauser, Ms. Parthena Veritas, was very gung-ho about needing more spores very, very quickly.
I see.
These two trees had overheard that there was an attack against the redwoods. It didn't sit well with them, and so tried to rebel, as it were. They were swiftly punished.
I see. Actually, would you be willing to do us a little favor? I'm willing to offer you fruit regardless, because I do have a whole bunch of fruit here that's going to spoil probably soon-ish. And if you would like it, that would be fine by me.
Oh. Both trees, again, they're kind of like weeping willows in a way. They kind of lean forward a bit. It's a little unnerving. And the one that's like to your right, that's clearly withered a fair amount. Oh, that would be just lovely. If you are to share these fruits, please give it to my companion first.
That was the plan, yes. He's going to take out, obviously, like, some apples and, like, probably, like, a nectarine and stuff. And just, like, fruits and stuff that he's had, from Leviara, but I imagine he's had a couple of apples that he had preserves on or whatever. Like, he had a preserve spell on them from Sweetstone. But specifically, he is going to take out Blood Harvest fruit. And would I be able to use my racial ability to make the fruit ripen past ripe and basically make them, like, rot as fertilizer for these?
Make some compost.
Make some compost. Some nice
Yeah.
top-grade Blood Harvest compost, baby.
Yeah, you could do that. That's easy.
Cool. All right. Whoa, peach be upon ye.
Yeah, it doesn't take too long to create this nice little almost fertilizer for it. And the tree just goes, I won't be able to fully appreciate it until a little bit more time passes, but I can already tell this will be very helpful. Thank you so much. If you have more, I'll give it to them.
I have enough for both of you, but there will be more for that one for sure. Since you seem to have a bad history with Parthena, she's still a problem. Ah, I see.
I would like to describe myself more as a neutral party. What happened to the Redwoods is indeed very sad. But Parthena took care of us quite nicely as long as we were loyal.
Okay. Well, she is about to die very soon, and I can assure you of that. And if you would like to keep being fed fruit and water and have these filtration systems, you know, taken care of regularly, I mean, hell, we might even be able to replant you somewhere if things go really well. We will need some spores if you're willing to give them up. If that's something you're even willing to do at all.
This tree that you're closest to kind of hems and haws for a moment. If you're able to replant us, yes, I'd be more than willing to give you more spores. As lovely as the scenery is, change of pace would be appreciated, especially considering it sounds like you plan to kill our caretaker.
Yes.
Again, I don't much care either way, so long as I survive, and my companion here.
He looks at the group.
I think we'd all rather you survive. Besides, this is a really drab location to be stuck. And you're surrounded by your two dead buddies.
I wouldn't describe them as friends. I only need the one.
This is... I don't know, it's funny that they had, like, relationships with each other, and there was, like, the two ones I didn't like died, so, like...
So that's fine by me.
Yo, dude, they got out of the mycelium network. I don't need them anymore.
It's my Mycelium network, okay? I don't need
What a
that.
strange side
They
quest.
wouldn't join my MLM, mycelium layered.
I don't. Just what a strange side quest we were picking up on. Yeah, that boss from the first campaign. We're running around helping out some other ones now.
Well, yeah, that one was an
Side
asshole,
quest.
and the rest of
That
them
one was an
aren't.
asshole who wanted an undead army for some reason.
Yeah, this tree kind of, once again, you feel, even though there's no wind, it kind of like jostles back and forth a little bit. If you're able to replant us somewhere, I think, and especially if you can ensure my companion survives the travels, you can count us as protectors of wherever you place us. The first
That
time
does
I'll
sound
have a
very nice.
true affiliation and dedicated loyalty rather than what's convenient for survival.
Would you prefer that, or perhaps would you be interested in being replanted near your mother tree? She's getting
Nah.
quite old now, you know. She does need someone to take care of her.
Oh God, no.
I don't want to be in a multi-generational household.
I don't think it's very enticing to be released from my prison to become a caretaker. Pick someone
understand.
nice.
I understand, okay. Well, effectively what we would need from you is a good amount of neutral spores with no memory affiliates so that we can... I don't know if they can even fit through any of the doors in here or if they're even allowed to be around back here, but we have some undead that we need to... We need on our side to deal with the one that looks like her but isn't her.
Ah. Might I make a different offer to you then? You've shown us nothing but consideration and being rather agreeable. What if I gave them my memories? My perception of you specifically.
Oh,
Now, I would warn. They might be confused why they're not a tree.
and they might be asking me for... They might be asking me for fruit I don't have anymore. Oh,
can
but
wait.
I do have something better for them.
Hmm.
Or would that be worse? You guys, do you know how much Ghoul's Red I have on me? I've had on me?
Oh, don't draw too much attention to it.
Okay, never mind.
No,
That
but
is an interesting idea.
yeah, no. Normally I'd be concerned about preserving their own personality, but I reckon they don't have much left in them.
Well, they've clearly already been fully controlled, and I think at the end of all of this, we're probably going to want to release them into death either way.
There's no reason to do that. If they manage to maintain life, I'm sure we could find a place for them at the Ebon Ward.
Yeah, no, it's more not wanting to end them in a state of servitude, one faction or another, you know? Unless that's what they want.
The main tree perks up. Ebon Ward. My. Your name was cursed more than once around this place. But I assure you, I don't much give a shit.
Oh, you've made that very clear.
Oh my god, trees can swear!
Rules, guys.
It would have been
Rules.
it would have been really funny if that soured relations, because then this would be the ultimate callback to the beginning of the campaign. Like, oh yeah, let's just carelessly talk about the fact that we're in the Ebon Ward and cause complications with NPC.
It was my fault that time.
You get the feeling this tree has been here for literally 400 years and only recently has gotten caretaking again and has been given the opportunity to leave. They don't much give a shit about what your deal is.
Well, that sounds amiable to me, then. As long as you think that you'd be able to handle the existential crisis of not being a tree and being two of you.
Oh, that's not my problem, is it?
No, it'll be their
It'd
problem.
be an interesting new experience. I mean, revenants don't have to eat, but eating through a mouth? As a tree? Wacky.
For free?
For free?
Marjorie kind of kind of stiffens up again. She's like, the more we talk about this, the more I realize how disgusting of a plan any of this was.
Yeah, it was wretched, but, you know, you already have the pieces laid out for us.
But if that seems like the approach you'd like to take, if you would prefer them to just be clear thoughts so you can place whatever you so choose within them, I'm more than happy to do that as well.
Honestly, I'd rather not issue orders to revenants again.
Oh, I've no intention of issuing orders to them. I reckon if we put a personality that already exists into them, we can just convince them to
Skip
help
one
us.
step, yes.
Do you happen to know, looking at Marjorie, of the revenants that are left, who presumably were not killed by Caden, do you know who is responsible for their actual deaths? Your sister, you, someone else?
The only ones that I was directly involved with were Vasco, Ms. Withers, because she attacked, Kismet, and that was it. I put my foot down after that. I didn't want any more, but she worked behind my back. So if I had to guess, most of them are tied to Maria.
Okay, I mean, in that case, just resetting them to their natural state sounds like it would be exactly what we would want anyway.
But that's a lot of people now that are going to become immortal.
Yeah, well, that's a problem we're gonna have to confront no matter what happens here today.
You know, if we're going to try and get out of this without killing her, then that's just going to be the world's cross to bear.
Well, the thing is as well, if we do want to remove the spores in the other revenants, if we do that, it might go back to their natural orders of kill that who killed you.
That's why I'm saying Tree Guy's memory... I'm sorry, do you have a name?
Whatever. I don't much care.
Actually, coincidentally, my name is Tree Guy. It doesn't mean the same thing in tree, you see.
Alright, fantastic. That's why I reckon putting in some spores with Tree Guy's memories will be
Yeah,
a decent
you probably.
compromise.
No, I think you've convinced me. If we're trying to save Maria rather than kill Parthena, then this is the way to go about it, probably.
I'll take a name.
Ooh.
Unless it sucks.
Well,
Okay.
do you want to? Do you want to choose one yourself?
No, I asked you.
All right.
I can't
No, I
believe
want
he
a
asked us
name.
where we want to eat, and you said, I don't know, what are you feeling?
Okay.
You want my spores or not?
No, I can give you a name. Tree Guy is a bit graceless. How's about...
I don't know why my brain said Montague.
Montague? I was thinking Pendergast.
I mean, if you spell it like this, it's less obvious.
I don't want Tree Guy.
Is it okay if it's spelled ANDEDDU? No, it's undead. Ooh.
Redpath turns over to the more withery tree. What would you call your friend? You know your friend better than us.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Is he more of a Montague or a Pendergast?
Or something else entirely.
Do think carefully, companion.
I'll totally kill you if you give me a lame name.
Well, I don't much care for Pendergast. It sounds like a spell.
Fair enough.
But Montague could be fun. You could be Monty.
Oh, that is cute.
Montague it is, I suppose.
And you have to name your friend in turn, yes?
You can call him Pendergast.
Well, pleased to meet you, Montague and Pendergast.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like we should end the stream at that.
What will happen next time on Ebon Ward.
Oh, we can take both of their sport. There's two guys. Yeah, we can have Montague and they're friends.
They're friends? Question mark.
When your tree NPC is really fun to play for no reason.
Goblin Pink in chat. I love this elderly couple.
I don't know, that tree
Last
NPC's
minute
awesome.
He's like, I don't like Pendergast. Well, what should we call your friend? You could be Pendergast.
You get to be Pendergast.
Like, this guy is so contradictory because he's like, don't you dare betray my best friend. I'm gonna betray my best friend.
Hilarious.
True friends.
This chat, two guys sitting inside Revenants 5 feet in the ground because they're just trees.
Fantastic. Well, hey, we have a Patreon. Consider supporting us there if you haven't already. A couple bucks a month gets you access to a whole mess of icons, and you know, money that you give us there helps support making more stupid bullshit like this. Also,
Today's session was funny.
This session was funny. Also, we have a Discord. Consider joining that if you haven't already. It's our community hub. It's where the weekly schedule gets posted. It's where people submit fan art. Speaking of, do we have some?
You bet your bippy. We've got an
Talk about my bippy on stream.
I'll do as I please. Yeah, Niteris made this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Niteris. Evan Ward, episode 162. There's nothing inherently wrong with finally being detected by undead.
They did want to change it last minute to there is nothing inherently wrong with naming trees in a dungeon.
I mean, it's literally the last thing that we did, so it's not really a great title. But yeah, at the top of the pile from Zealy.
Maze, wake up! You fucked up big time! Oh god, it smells like updog in here.
Damn!
Guess whose levers of fuck you.
I don't know about you guys, but for me, the second thing is the image you are requesting does not exist or is no longer
Very
available.
sad.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a last-minute edit thing. Anyway, skipping over that from Zealy.
Dear, my Wii account got deleted again! You gotta remake my me!
I love the presence of the implied eyes above the hand. I'm not sure if those are eyes or motion lines, but I read them as eyes.
Oh,
I read them as eyebrows.
Yeah, like sad eyebrows.
Thank you, Zealy. Then from Science Centaur.
This is what happens when you're the sexiest party member. I'm sorry.
It was. You're not only the sexiest party member, you are the sexiest surprise round character. He did win.
It's a little insane, actually.
He's a good-looking dude.
He's a good-looking dude. Thank you, Science Centaur. And from Zealy.
Remember when there was a helicopter?
Thank you so much. And then also from Zealy.
I have this coal.
My coal.
Very nice. Thank you so much.
Aww.
And then from Incorporeal, yeah, he's making some of the characters in Battleforged. Yeah.
Rotate.
Rotate. Yeah,
Rotate.
Forge.
Yeah, Hero Forge. Yeah, fucking, whatever it's called.
You be spinning.
Yeah, very nice.
Thank you.
Then from Zealy, Grace.
The leap over the cauldron.
What?
Yeah,
Majestic.
That's the sound he makes as he jumps.
Thank you, Zealy. Yeah, this is Garen.
I love these.
I'm
so happy.
Yeah, no, the fishing one is like very accurate. Like, yeah, you could like that. Yeah. Yeah, no, that looks exactly
That's how he'd
like
be
him.
drawn in, like, if you imagine that as a 2D cartoon, that's just how he would look in, like, a 90s, early 2000s Disney cartoon movie.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
It's Uncle Gary.
Thank you so much. Then from Zealy.
Oh,
I know he ate hella leopards. I know he did.
Not the hella leopards.
Thank you so much. Then from Kuriyuki. Might as well watch Marvel Animation X-Men 97. Gary!
I watched it just for him. No regrets.
Thank Thank you, Karyuki.
Thank you.
Then from Zeely, OG Parthena reveal, let's go!
Let's go!
She's bones!
And someone in chat, and I was like, why the hell did she just leave that there? And I was like, for story, environmental storytelling. Also, she was like, I don't want to touch that.
I'm not cleaning it up. Then from Karyuki, women fear me, fish fear me, men turn their eyes away from me as I walk.
No beast dare make a sound in my presence. I am alone on this barren earth.
On this barren earth.
On this barren earth.
Thank you, Karyuki. And then from Zilly. Yes.
You are.
Yes.
Nah, I don't like it. Don't like it one bit.
I don't remember this party member.
This flamingo shirt.
Thank you, Zilly. Then from Fink.
Chad.
Amazing.
Very nice. Thank you so much. Then from Hectica.
Stagira Extermination Squad, 99.9% effective against Stagira.
Very nice.
They did work. They really cleaned up shop.
They cleaned up shop, and they're both still alive, so we can have them be tree best friends.
I need to make this so abundantly clear. I don't think the Parthena fight's gonna live up to anyone's expectations.
We certainly have deliberately and methodically gone through and short-circuited every single one of the measures that would have made her way more threatening in optimal circumstances.
We got to beat her here by, like, an entire fucking day. Like, how much more Ebon Ward can you get than the boss getting her and being like, oh, I can't do anything.
I'm just telling
Don't
you this.
even walk through that room. It's still gonna have radiation in it.
I feel bad because I'm like, I'm not gonna modify her numbers. It's like, well, I don't want you to beat up my boss. I'm like, I set her up the way I set her up, and this is what happened. So, all right.
I was
Look,
saying this in
if your
Discord the other
dungeon
day.
was this close to killing itself anyways,
No, you just-
See, here's the thing. Like, I said this in Discord the other day, but, like, when she was the bad doctor, or Maria Redwood, she was mysterious and very scary. And as soon as we learned that she's been acting as Parthena for a long time, our first knowledge of Parthena was her being like, I'm dead in a flashback, and I'm like, kind of comically incompetent and petty about things. Fuck. And so now the mystique is gone, so her bizarre field is down, and she can be clowned upon.
It's true. Yeah, anyway, then from Zeely. The motherfucking bell! Oh! We found it! I was like vaguely wondering what happened to that thing.
No. She collected it for a reason.
Yeah, to have it on her desk. Thank you, Zilly.
Yeah.
And then also from Zilly.
Shut.
Shut. A couple more things that were submitted, so let's see if they made it into the Amgar.
I'm a scrolling.
Looks like they did. Cool. Then from Zilly, we've got
Red
favoritism.
path, I'm missing 1 HP.
Red Puff, I got a bruise.
Oh, poor baby.
Very funny.
I like Tia's face in the last panel.
Huh?
And then from Hectica, Old Tree Yowie.
So glad they got fan art.
They deserve it.
It's true. They've been in here for like hundreds of years just to get this piece of fan art.
Just for this.
What was this drawn on? Paper?
Why not just present me with my friend's skinned corpse?
Anyway,
Pendergast.
That's all she wrote. Thanks everybody for submitting all that, and Will.
Hey.
And thank you for running this. This was a fun one.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys had fun. Next session is probably gonna be clownish.
It's
It always is. At
I mean,
the
I'm-
Ebon Ward.
I'm waiting for her to bust out things that we didn't find in advance
Yeah,
as
for
well.
sure.
But it will be very funny when she goes to press her emergency button and it
And
doesn't
nothing
work.
happens.
And she goes to use her magic juicer and it doesn't work, and various things like that occur.
It's like the end of a Tom and Jerry episode where like everything just keeps falling apart regardless of how hard they try.
Dude, she's gonna bring out her own orb of cutscenes and use Des like a fucking smash summon.
That would be so funny.
Yeah, no, this was a fun one. Thanks everyone for playing, and chat, thank you all for being here. Thank you for supporting
Oh
the
yeah,
show.
can we shill some stuff real quick?
I guess, sure.
Yeah, Rube, you go first. Say your thing.
Oh fuck! I wasn't prepared. I was just gonna do it on the down low in the chat.
Read it out.
Oh my god, hi. So, Wish Chasers is this really cool campaign that hasn't been running for a while, but the second arc of it is premiering in an hour and a half on Stebbiness. And I'm in it, and it's really cool, and maybe you'd like to go watch it, even though it isn't the first episode, so... Yay!
Yeah.
Hey,
Tomorrow, or maybe the next day, I'll keep you updated. I'll let you know. I'm gonna be doing a Donathon stream where I try and consume as much of the remainder of Ocarina of Time as I can. I just got to the future. I don't know how to play the game. I haven't played it in a few weeks, but we're gonna have fun, and hopefully I can put a dent in the funds for my new PC. And if you show up, that'd be great. If you don't, that's great too.
our big stream is tomorrow.
Our big stream is tomorrow! Somebody stream with me!
I'll try to.
Fantastic. Is that all the shilling settled?
That's all I got.
Okay.
Crouton.net.
Okay.
Crouton.net.
Anyway, chat, thank you all for being here and supporting the show however you do it. Be it by giving us money, giving us fan art, or just being here at all. Your support, however you show it, means the absolute world to us. Thank you all for being here this time, and thank you for being here next time. Say goodbye to chat, everybody.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Goodbye!
Toodles.